now.
It's 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. Time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico.
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
See, there's a reason October baseball's so cool. There's a reason that some of you just kind of glance at it during the regular season. And then it hits October and it gets all of our attention. Little by little, it may get your attention. But it takes moments. And boy, did you get a moment yesterday. A moment that if you're a Mariners fan, I feel horrible for you. It sucks. It's one of those absolute kick in the stones moments where as a Mariner fan, your little team that could went up to Canada and got through the first round, swept the Blue Jays, and you were up on the mighty Astros all day long until Yordan Alvarez goes yah in the ninth, walks off the Mariners. Game one of the best of five goes to Houston, 8-7, and boy, does Scott Service have some splaining to do. Good morning to you. It's a merry Wednesday. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do?
You living like an Astro fan?
I felt like this series.
Didn't it? I mean, I've been so impressed with the Mariners. I've been so impressed with the Mariners all year long. I think Scott Service has been a great manager. But boy, when he goes to Robbie Ray, a guy that and I get the lefty on lefty thing, but the Astros have beaten up his reliever all year long, but he's going to go with his guy, right? He was going to go with his guy, $115 million free agent who they signed to be that guy, and he's going to go strength on strength, good on good, and their good was just gooder than your gooder.
That has nothing to do with the manager, because they blew up his two best relievers before that. Robbie Ray's a reigning AL Cy Young Award winner.
Look, I get it, and you got to go to him, but
a starter in a tough position, but in the postseason, I look at that and the manager's like, what else am I supposed to do?
Yeah. I think I'm there with you. I think I'm there with you.
They just beat up his closer.
Yeah. Alex Bregman hits the home run in the eighth, which was a really big shot because at that point, what were they down 7-3? It was a two-run shot to get them to 7-5 and really kind of give them a little hope because it had been all Seattle all day long. And it was 7-3. They chip away the two-run homer in the eighth by Alex, and then Alvarez in the ninth. And that's one of those. They started showing walk-off home runs. That, you saw the highlight shows yesterday. You saw the two most famous walk-offs in the history of the postseason, both in the World Series. It was Kirk Gibson in Game 1 of that '88 World Series with the Dodgers and the A's, and Joe Carter, I believe, was it '93 for the Blue Jays and the Phillies, where he walked off to end the series. Like. That and the Bill Mazeroski home run, those three are the most famous. This wasn't the World Series. It was Game 1 of the Division Series. But, man, oh, man. I mean, don't think that wasn't a big deal. I'm with you. It felt like the series.
For the Astros, they were talking about late in the game, bottom of the order, like, oh, just don't get it to Altuve. Don't flip it over.
Right.
And they did. And then Alvarez walks it off in the ninth. And for Seattle, you're going to be telling yourself, hey, we've been here all year. We found ways to come back. Magic Mariners. You beat up on Justin Verlander, and to lose it like that is just absolutely crushing for the Mariners. And that is the sixth straight Game 1 victory in the ALDS for the Astros.
For the Astros, yeah. And that's why they're so good in the postseason. You can say whatever you want about them, but that core is still good. Their pitching is good. And Alvarez has become probably, the best player on the team. And Alex is a clutch hitter. Say whatever you want. Alex hit his 13th postseason home run yesterday. He is, and he's been since the day he got up to the big leagues, a big moment guy, right? I mean, go back to the World Series. He homered off Kershaw. And it wasn't in Houston. It was in L.A. when he did the first time. He's been a big moment guy. And then, boy, oh boy, what happened yesterday, I mean, that just sets the tone. That's the excitement of Major League Baseball. And that's why fans stay through the end. That's why these places don't empty out. Even Dodger Stadium didn't empty out last night as Dodgers were up 5-0. And then the Padres cut it to 5-3, and the Dodgers held off the Padres last night. That's why these places stay full. And there is something about October baseball, JJ. They're just flat out is.
They were great games yesterday. starting with the early one, the Phillies keeping momentum going, and that's what we touched on. The time off, who can it hurt the most? And it was a team like Atlanta. Lost a tight game. Still feel good about them overall. But when it's 5-game series,
It's quick.
game ones are going to be deciders.
It gets late quick, right? It gets late really quick. The Phillies are still undefeated in the postseason, which is something. They swept the Cardinals, and then they go out and jump out to that big lead yesterday against the defending champion Braves. Hold on for that 7-6 victory. So, National League, Phillies beat the Braves 7-6 in Atlanta. They take a 1-0 lead over the defending champion Braves. They jump out early, then they hold on as the Braves chipped away. And that game had the feeling that it was going to end kind of like the Houston game as you're sitting there watching it. And then the Dodgers jump out 5-0 last night. They get to Clevenger early and then hold on. Urias got the start. Padres chipped away, got to 3, and the bullpen was able to shut it down for L.A. So the Dodgers have a 1-0 lead on San Diego. American League, Astros 8-7 on the walk-off home run by Yordan Alvarez. They're one up on the Mariners. And the Yankees get a nice starting outing from Garrett Cole. He went 6 1/3, gave up just 1 earned run. The Yankees get a Rizzo home run, and they beat the Guardians by a score of 4-1. So you're off and running. And your baseball today, you get 2 games. It's kind of weird, man. So they all start them on the same day, but then they get like odd days off. Your early game is 2:30 our time. It'll be a Fox game on regular over there. Fox, the Phillies and the Braves game 2, and then 6:30-ish tonight. San Diego in Los Angeles, Padres, Dodgers. That's a FS1 game. And Dodgers looking to take a 2-0 lead before they head down to LoCal. Just really good baseball. And I tell you all the time, playoffs are different. We talk about it, JJ, you and I, every year when it gets to hockey, right? The hockey playoffs, the intensity goes up. Baseball, it's amazing. And maybe it's because, it's because there is. It's not even a perception. There's so much more riding on every at-bat. Right, you watch a game in mid-June, and the bottom of the third, and the guy makes an error or whatever. It's one of 162 games. Best of 5 series, every bat, every inning, every pitch, every decision is so magnified and feels so important, and it is. And that's the intensity of the playoffs.
Yeah, and the fact that everyone cares.
Yeah.
Full stadiums.
Yeah.
The energy, the atmosphere is fantastic. It does not just look like another Tuesday.
What was the Alvarez moment to you?
It was a weird feeling because it almost felt inevitable.
It's kind of weird, huh? Yeah.
Like, Bregman hit the home run. Like, all right, here we go. And then they bring in the closer, 9th inning, runners on base, going to Robbie Ray in a tough situation that he's not used to.
Yeah.
And you're just like, uh-oh. Good night now. It felt like the series.
You see guys come into situations in the postseason all the time. I mean, you've seen games where Clayton Kershaw's come into close and Verlander's come in out of the bullpen, and pick your great pitcher over the years, and Robbie Ray was their guy, and that's where Scott Service was going. He had an opportunity to jump out to a 1-0 lead. They're big underdogs. The Mariners are big underdogs in this series. The Astros are the heavyweight in the American League. I know everybody's going to tell you the Yankees are, but I think those in baseball would probably argue that the Astros have the best roster, right? I think the favorite, I don't know who the betting favorite is. It's got to be the Astros, doesn't it? To come out of the American League? Wouldn't you guess? If I asked you Astros, Yankees right now, best of 7, who do you like?
Astros.
Yeah, I think most people do. And so the Mariners were big dogs going into this. And Scott Service saw a chance to steal game 1 in Houston. And so he went with what he thought was his best. And Robbie Ray said, not once did I think about pitching around Yordan Alvarez. Not once. I'm going after him. I didn't think of loading the bases and going to get the next guy.
Yordan Alvarez versus left-handed pitching this
That's
season.
lefty on lefty.
He's thrashed. He's hitting 321 with
That's
10 home
insane.
runs.
Yeah, it's insane.
He is a monster.
All right, we got a lot of show for you today. 505-246-0610. We can get into some baseball. There's a whole lot of NFL to talk about as we get ready to start your week next tomorrow. your new NFL week. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here. That is our text line and our phone number. Emails come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the Twitter, JJ's a great follow. It's _JJ Buck. The Facebook, the OD in the AM. That's the OD in the AM. Adrian's producing on ProView Networks. You can watch our show on our ProView on our Facebook page. A. Marie's here in studio. She's taking your calls, making sure that we are on the air and doing so much more than that. And you can call her at 505-246-0610. Guest list today, 8:30 this morning. Sebastian Noel, the voice of the people, will be with us from ProView Networks as we get deep into October now and talk high school sports and start looking towards the postseason. Big high school football over the weekend, last and coming up. And so we'll get into that. I want his thoughts. He watched Heath Ridenour for a lot of years as the head coach at Cleveland High School. Heath is now the offensive coordinator for the Lobos. What do you think about that? As we get down that path, I want to talk to you, JJ, coming up next. You were at the press conference yesterday. I know there's been a lot of talk around Lobo football and the players really talking about Heath Ridenour as the new offensive coordinator. I understand the trepidation. So many of you going, wow, he was a high school coach, and how can he do this? I want to get into that when we come back, and the reaction from a lot of the players as we go through this and get closer to the Aggies and Lobos on Saturday down in Las Cruces. Good morning to you. Glad you're with us on a Wednesday. Thank you for remembering you listen to 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Chucky.
A new season is here, and with it,
we would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I've ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
In the land of enchantment, Lobos and Aggies go at each other on Saturday night down in Las Cruces. 6 o'clock start over on News Radio KKOB. JJ Buck, Nedward, Abraham James will have the call on the pregame show. Do you call a pregame show? Host a pregame show. 5 o'clock. So you, like everybody else, going to have to figure out how to watch that game, huh?
Yes, we will be finding a way to watch it on Saturday.
All right, yeah, that's a lot of the talk. That I got Gopher's email. I got a couple of yours. Gopher says TV for NMSU. Frank, Jeff, somebody was telling me no statewide TV for this contest. You need yet another package to watch Lobo football at Roadkill. Is it true you can watch on that computer thingy via Bally? And do they have a 7-day free trial available? I'm not going to pay $20 to watch 2 crummy teams. Frank, it's from Gopher. All right, so the way I understand, so I know you're all going to go scream at UNM and Eddie, and I got the thing. I saw it in Learfield's got to find a way. I just, before you start screaming, and I'm not calling you any names, okay? I'm just asking, please understand how it works, okay? The home team, the conference, and in this case, the home team, New Mexico State, because they're an independent. That's where the television rights lie, okay? UNM can't just go in and televise the game. Well, it used to be that way. Okay, but it's not, okay? So, the home team is New Mexico State. Their television package, they have the rights. Nobody picked this up. ESPN didn't get it. So it's an Aggie Vision game. It'll be Adam. Why am I forgetting Adam's name? For crying out loud. I can't believe I'm forgetting.
Adam Young.
Thank you. Goodness gracious, he does a nice job. Adam Young and Danny Nee. I remember Danny, my former partner, the former Lobo or former Aggie, great Danny Nee. So they'll have the call. All right, the game will be on Flow Sports. That is a subscription, and the game will be on Bally, Arizona, and it's going to be on tape delay. I guess, JJ, there is a subscription. To Gopher's point, I don't know. I check on the Bally site if you can do the free trial. I don't know. I honestly don't know the answer to that. If you've got like DirecTV, some of these games have been on the secondary sports Bally Sports Arizona channel, which is like 686-1. I guess this one's on delay. I understand you're cranky, and everybody wants to see this game, and this game should. I agree with you. I agree with all of you. It should be on statewide television, but this one's not on UNM, and you're angry, and it's not on Frank, it's not on Eddie, it's not on Danny. I don't even know that it's on Mario. Essentially, they've got their television package. Comcast used to pick it up. I'm not familiar with what their deal is anymore, but that's where it lies. So don't figure on Saturday evening you're going to just flip around and you're going to find it. If you do want to watch it, you either better find an establishment that's got it, or make your plans to somehow subscribe. But Gopher, look, I'm not telling you what to spend or what not to spend. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you facts. Is that fair?
Yeah,
that's the situation, right? So how are you guys going to? Are you guys? I guess you're going to have to buy the subscription, right? Well, you don't, but I mean, the people for whom you work should have to buy that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so there's that. Heath Ridenauer is going to get his first run as offensive coordinator at the college level, and now the guys who played for him in high school are certain that he's going to do it. It sounds like the quarterbacks, Justin Holiday and Miles Kendrick, both really, really supported him yesterday. Did Danny talk much about it yesterday? And I wasn't able to make the press conference yesterday. Was the talk more about moving forward, or was I got to believe there was some follow-up on this?
He didn't talk about it much.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it's just kind of a wait-and-see approach right now. Is you're not installing an entire new offense in a week. It's going to be about second-half adjustments. That's what I'm reading the story in the Journal. some of the players were talking about, because they talked to the Cleveland kids that were with Heath last season. Of course, Luke Weissong wasn't made available to the media yet. Still going through his disciplinary things, but it's one where, Keith, they continue to start fast? And if so, when you're in those moments, how do you adjust? Because if they start slow, then it's not going to be about adjustment. It's going to be like, okay, now you have to figure out
how to get back in this.
What is going on overall offensively. And this is a tough situation. And these guys know football. Football coaches been there, done that. But it's an entirely different pressure. Being able to step up, be a leader at this level, have the kids trust you, have everyone looking to you. Because there's a lot of experienced coaches on this staff. There's not experienced play callers at this level. And so it's going to be a challenge that they need the kids to step up. The coaches are going to have to be very confident in everything they're doing. And it's not just going to be easy because you're playing New Mexico State Saturday.
So I learned a long time ago the difference between can you do it and have you done it, right? And at some point you got to get a chance, and nobody wants to be the guinea pig, right? It's well, give him a chance, but not here, and then let him go cut his teeth somewhere else. He's right now where he's getting his chance, and can you do it? Yeah, I can do it. Well, have you done it? Well, I haven't done it before, but I can do it. And you've all been in a situation that it's been there, right? At some point you did it for the first time. At some point you figured out, I can do this, right? I'm looking at the Miles Kendrick quotes. Miles Kendrick didn't play at Cleveland High School. Miles Kendrick was at Kansas. Miles Kendrick was in California. And Miles Kendrick, your quarterback, says, quote, he's been honest with us. I'm reading out of the journal story. He's been honest with us from day one. And I think that what we can appreciate is a position group. I think when you can count on someone telling you the truth, you can count on all the other things the coaches are trying to get you to do as far as schematics and attacking the defense. We know we can trust in Coach Ridenour. He's not going to put us in position to fail. He's going to put us in position to succeed. I think the players realize, all right, we had to accept something moving forward, and we had to make a change, and this is our guy, and I think the players realize how important it is too, right? I mean, this is the turning point of their season.
It's one that you'll find out what everyone is made of, because a change had to be made. Like, something had to be adjusted, whether he announcing a new starting quarterback or just saying, hey, we're switching duties. And then when you have a coordinator fired, that sends a message. And it's just say, we are not good enough right now. These guys are the ones, the coaches with the contracts and the salaries, that are going to get hit first. But now it's on you to step up as a player in this situation and respond.
Yeah. Mean Machine says, where are the snaps going to come from, Jeff? Did you see Gonzalez's presser yesterday? He said Lobo football's quarterbacks' woes are because they thought they had a couple of guys locked and loaded. Then they got stars in their eyes and went to bigger programs where there weren't any snaps available, and now they're buried at the end of the bench. OMG, how many years have you heard Mean Machine wonder what these guys are thinking? Because I don't understand. What's he trying to tell me?
What, Danny said those kids should be here playing?
Did Danny say yesterday the guys that I guess I missed that quote. What did he say?
It's a couple of the quarterbacks that they were in on.
Yeah, one went to Oklahoma, one went to SC. Yeah. And he said they could be here playing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's Mean Machine telling me?
About getting lost on the bench.
Yeah, you could play here instead of go there. All right. Yeah, look, you get stars in your eyes, as he said. The program is SC. You believe in yourself. You're going to bet on yourself. I mean, we talk about this all the time. People bet on themselves.
Training table's probably pretty good.
Who was?
I said the training table's probably pretty good.
Yeah. I bet the NIL money was better. Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. And it's Oklahoma or it's Texas or SC, whatever it was. Yes. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. You can get in on Lobos Aggies all week. We're here for you all week. Aggies and Lobos on Saturday night down in Las Cruces. I'm not going to tell you. I mean, it's easy to find it on TV, but it's there if you want to find it. There will be a broadcast, and it's available for you, or it's on tape delay, or you can listen to Rob and Don Trell over on News Radio KKOB. That might be the best way for you to get it, or you can go down there. I mean, you got all those options. But I'm not telling you it's easy. You're not going to be able to sit there on Saturday and just flip through whatever channels you have and find it. It's not going to work that way. So make plans if it's something that you want to see. 505-246-0610. When we come back, I want to get into some NFL quarterback stuff. What's going on with Ron Rivera now? I've always been a Ron Rivera guy, but I'm like, what's he doing now? We'll get into that. Aaron Jones owns International Protective Service, IPS. They protect my home. They protect hundreds of homes and businesses in the greater Albuquerque area and beyond. They keep the bad guys away. The bad guys are out there. You hear about it every single day. Property crime's on the rise. Officer shortage continues to be a real thing. What do you do about it? Well, I called IPS and had them watch my home a long time ago. It's affordable private security. They come by every day, and they check on your home. And when you go out of town, they'll do things like pick up the newspaper or packages that are left there for you, or even the mail if you want them to. Roll your garbage can to the curb on garbage day. They keep bad guys away. They patrolled my home, giving my family a sense of security. Protect what's important to you. You've worked way too hard to build your business and to build your home. Call IPS because they're committed to our city and to your protection. The phone number is 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420, or you can go online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
More to answer, man. Quarterback. Answers so many questions, and it's like the word dude. Ever seen guys have conversations go by dude? Dude. Right? I mean, guys can have conversations just say use dude. Quarterback's been a one-word answer for so long. Ron Rivera used it the other day. He's the Commanders head coach. Good morning to you. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Hey, Marie, how you living back there? You all right? You okay this morning?
Yeah, doing great.
All right. You all right? How's your quarterback?
He's great.
You like Kirky? You like your quarterback coach?
I love, yes.
All right. Everybody's when you're 4-1, everything's good, huh?
Obviously.
Isn't it amazing to be 4-1?
It's fun having a new coach.
Winning's a good time. Yeah, having a good coach. Your friends all think he's hot.
That's true.
He's
all the young boy genius coaches.
All the young boy genius coaches.
I don't hear much about McDaniels, but LaFleur and Connell and McVay and.
What about Captain Handsome down in Arizona, Cliff Kingsbury?
Oh, I don't hear a lot about him either.
No, not so much. Just because seems a little arrogant.
I guess so.
People love your guy though, huh? The little Aztec. Oh yeah. Boy, what about Shanahan in San Francisco?
I don't hear much about him either.
So your guy's the hottest, and then who?
Oh well, I hear a lot with LaFleur.
LaFleur. Yeah.
I don't know if it's an NFC North thing, but
no. All right. So the Commanders coach Ron Rivera was asked the other day why. He says, what's going on with your team compared to the other teams in your division? The Commanders are 1-4, Cowboys are 4-1, Eagles are 5-0, and the Giants are 4-1. So he's behind. And his one-word answer was quarterback. Well, his quarterback is Carson Wentz. It's a quarterback that they went out and got in the offseason. The Indianapolis threw away after Philadelphia threw him away. And he's back in the division. They're 1-4, and he hadn't been good. Basically, he tried to explain what he said by saying that the other team's quarterbacks had been in place longer than Carson Wentz. They were with their teams longer than Carson Wentz was in Washington. That they, the Commanders, traded for Wentz this offseason, and he's still getting comfortable with the offense and with his teammates and blah, blah, blah. So you're comparing him to Jalen Hurts, who's been there. How long's Hurts been in? He's been
third season.
Yeah, 2.5 though, right? You're telling me that Cooper Rush, because he's been there 5 years, that's why the Cowboys are winning? Because Cooper Rush is better than Carson Wentz? Daniel Jones, the guy they were ready to put on the scrap heap. Yes, he's been there 5 years. I will give you that. Brand new coach, Daniel Jones. Brand new system. Guy that you would not extend. In fact, everybody in the world, when you didn't extend him, figured this is his last lame duck year and you're going back into the draft. So that's you're explaining to me the difference between your 1-4 team and the Cowboys being 4-1 is, well, I mean, they have Cooper Rush. You ever think you'd hear that in your life? But I mean,
no.
They have Cooper Rush. I mean, if we had Cooper Rush, we'd be killing it. What the hell? So I guess Rivera had to go take his quarterback aside and tell him what he meant. And basically, Rivera said, look, I said some things that were misconstrued. I didn't present them properly. That's on me. I took accountability, told the guys I should know better. Bleep, I had a bad day, so I figured I was feeling better today. Let's move forward. End quote. Wentz said he understands it. He's fine with it. He's not bothered by it. Is that a problem in the locker room when your coach is kind of throwing your quarterback under the bus in front of the media? It seems to be like it would be.
It is initially.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what do you mean? Well, let me tell you what I mean, because in the moment, I just said quarterback, and then that left y'all to assume. It's Carson Wentz's fault because it came across that way. Carson Wentz has struggled in big moments. End of the game, that's on Carson Wentz. You throw an interception, you have a chance to win the game, and that's the spot you put it in. Because he was really good up until that point. And this is the frustrating thing about Carson Wentz, is he shows you enough as to why people keep giving him those chances. He's just not consistent enough. And I guess that's what Ron Rivera is going back to, is say, hey, just give it some time.
How much time can you give it? Everybody's running away from you and you're 1-4. I mean, the reality is you're 3 games out of first place in that division. You're 5 games into the season. Right? 4 games back in first place. 3 games back in second place.
Washington is not a very good football team overall.
Yep.
From the quarterback to every other position.
See, but when you're in it, every football team thinks they're going to put it together. No football team thinks they're a bad football team, even if they know they're a bad football team. Does that make sense? They all think they're going to put it together, and this is going to be the week we're going to make the adjustments, and we're talented, and we got guys, and we're going to be able to go do it. And we're just going to coach them up better, and we're going to get our guys better, and this is the week, this is the week, this is the week, this is the week. I don't know what happened to that defense. Remember 2 years ago they were terrific? They were one of the best young defenses, period. I know Chase Young isn't playing, but they were terrific.
There's a lot changes in 2 years.
A lot. Well, it changed overnight, it felt like, because they weren't good last year. But that's an interesting one in the NFL, man. Watch that and watch that relationship as it moves forward, because it's going to be ugly. The guy who was pushed by Davante Adams did press charges, we all pretty much assumed he would. The Raiders coach, Josh McDaniels, is backing his guy, as he should. Adam Schefter reported that Adams is facing discipline from the NFL, and he might get suspended, he might get fined. McDaniels said, quote, I support Davante wholeheartedly as a human being, as a person. He's a great guy. I know that was an unfortunate situation. We obviously don't want any of our guys to be doing anything like that. He knows that. He's very well aware of it, but I know the person. I don't think there was any intent behind it. But whatever the NFL asks of us, whatever they need from us, obviously we'll comply. We're kind of in wait-and-see situation, end quote. The police department in Kansas City did release a statement on Tuesday, basically saying the man was a freelancer working for ESPN's Monday Night Football. This is the report from the Kansas City Police Department. The victim is a photographer at the Chiefs-Raiders game. At the end of the game, he was pushed to the ground, causing injury. He made arrangements for private transport to the hospital for treatment, at which time he called police. The injuries are preliminary, thought to be non-life-threatening. The incident will be investigated by our assault unit detectives. Upon completion, they will coordinate with the applicable city or state prosecutor to determine any applicable charges. That was the quote. Look, this sucks. And this, you know what this feels like? Davante's going to write this dude a check, and it's going to go away.
Absolutely.
Right? You tell me how much it's going to be. Am I talking $100,000? Am I talking $500,000? I mean, how much? What does it cost to be the wrong guy in the wrong spot, get pushed to the ground by Davante Adams, and Davante's going to write him a check? Right? I mean, am I wrong here?
Did you hear about the other result with Bobby Wagner and the protester?
I did not.
He's suing him.
The protester suing Bobby Wagner. Oh yeah.
Because he had minor concussions and
you were gone. You were gone last Thursday.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
went off. That's right. I'm like.
That's what it reminded me. I'm like. I mean, it's obviously a difference with Davante Adams. But.
Well, look, The Bobby Wagner thing?
Yeah, he was just being.
That
He's
guy
helping
should-
bring the guy down.
Let me just tell you.
Vontae Adams shouldn't have done that.
No, he shouldn't have, and in the moment, whatever. It's frustration. There's a guy in front of you. Who is he? I mean, what's he doing here? It was bad move. The Bobby Wagner thing, and this was the Monday Night Football a week ago, where the guy with the pink smoke came out on the field and over by the Rams bench, and Bobby Wagner just decked him. Didn't throw a punch, just kind of shouldered him to the ground, so helped the authorities. Yeah. With in the world in which we live, and there's some kook on the field trespassing and coming out. Do you know that he's got a weapon, a gun? I mean, how this comes down to somebody pressed charges.
It's ridiculous.
There's charges against someone, and not the guy who ran on the field and disrupted everything. And the whole that organization that was with the pigs. There's more important things than sports. Nobody's doubting that. But you invaded that venue, you trespassed, and somehow you got knocked on your ass because you find that your pig cause is more important than that sporting event. You somehow feel you have the right to interrupt that event on national television in front of all those people, trespass where you don't belong, in a threatening manner. With smoke. I mean, who knows? What would you do in that moment? What would you think? A dude with pink smoke coming at you on the sidelines.
I'd hope anyone tackled him.
Right? What would you think? I mean, you have no idea what dude's intents are. You don't know what's in that smoke. You don't know what's going on. The world in which we live, when there's kooks everywhere, harming people. I mean, there was a guy in front of a casino the other day because the showgirls wouldn't take pictures and stabbed with 12 people, right?
That's crazy.
With a giant kitchen knife. Hell, you have no idea what you're protecting yourself and your team. And Bobby Wagner's the guy who's got charges up against him.
I know.
This world we live in is so jacked up sometimes. Mm-hmm. I don't know where. I mean, what do you think on that? You think I'm wrong on this?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
I just think it's ridiculous. It just made me think of, not that's the same thing, but Devontae Adams shouldn't have done that.
So that guy was concussed. I would like to know when they sit in court, Sir, Mr. Pink Smoke guy.
I mean, it's probably not fun to be hit by someone like Bobby
No, I'm
Wagner.
sure it sucks. But I want to know how. Okay, so how should that have ended?
Exactly.
Let me ask you this, okay? So if somebody out there has got a dissenting view, and I'd love to hear it on the Bobby Wagner thing, JJ, what's the end game on this? So should you have had free reign to go out with your pink smoke and whatever and do your thing and do a dance and then just walk off and go get a beer? Like, how in your mind, how should that have ended? What was your plan? I'm listening. Somebody was taking you to the ground and knocking you the bleep out. What's the plan? I'm going to run on the field, watch this, and then I'm going to run around with smoke, and then I'm going to just walk out the tunnel and go to the bar?
But also, what if a cop did that, or just a no, quote unquote
security guard?
Security guard, and he concussed you because that's his job. He's taking you down.
Right.
What are you going to sue him?
Yes.
No, you're
yeah, I'm going to guess yes.
Probably have less legal standing in that case.
Do you think you have any legal standing in this?
Possibly.
I mean, if I'm Bobby Wagner's, if I'm Bobby Wagner's attorney,
I'm confident if I'm Bobby Wagner.
Well, I'm just,
I hope so.
I'm sitting there and just saying it's self-defense. I didn't know what this guy was going to do. I was in fear for my safety and my teammates' safety. This guy was coming at me. He was being chased by the authorities, and I just helped the authorities. And all I did was throw a shoulder at him and knock him down.
Well, stay away from the situation, sir.
That's my point. I mean, how did you expect that to end any better than that? Just getting, handcuffed and grabbed by some security guards who were going to give you a massage? How do you expect this to end? 505-246-0610. We'll talk high school sports coming up at 8:30 with Sebastian Noel from ProView Networks. You're in business. We're all in business, so we all know how important computers and networks and remote access are to everyday success. ABQIT knows it as well. They know most business owners want to know three things. You want to know your systems work. You want to know your system is secure, and how much is it going to cost. ABQIT created a business model with you in mind. What they do is monitor your computers and network to keep them operating. They watch for any malicious activity and protect your operation. And best of all, they do it at one predictable monthly cost. So maybe now you get several bills. One from the internet provider, one from cybersecurity company, another when you buy new equipment. ABQIT does it all at one cost. No hourly rate, no hourly billing, no hidden fees or out-of-scope charges. Your rate will be predictable and will not change. Business owners, take time. Get a free assessment from ABQIT You won't have to worry about computer problems again. Visit abq-it.com, abq-it.com. No more worrying about your computer problems when you work with ABQ IT.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working.
Guy who's in the way. I mean, I understand all that, but you're going to tell me that that Bobby Wagner should be held accountable? I mean, come on now. Speech, good morning to you. How are you?
How you doing, Jeff?
I'm living.
I got a take on this Bobby Wagner deal. Now, in the 70s, a fan ran on the field in Baltimore, and Mike Curtis hit the guy and got the ball back. Now, I'm just saying, Mike said the guy broke a city ordinance, and he enforced it. Well, can Bobby just say, this guy broke a city ordinance and I did a citizen's arrest on the guy?
I mean, I imagine he can do a lot of things. Speech. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. Obviously, he was trespassing. Obviously, he shouldn't have been there. Obviously, I mean, legally, he had no right to be where he was. I'm playing self-defense. I didn't know what this kook was doing. He's out there running around. He's coming at my bench. I protected myself and my teammates. The authorities are chasing him, and I helped the authorities, and I'm protecting myself. I mean, look.
Well, I mean, okay, say Bobby didn't do anything. Say the security guard tackled him.
Right, then what?
I mean, this is crazy.
It's beyond crazy. Yeah, totally agree with your speech. Totally agree with you.
Yeah.
All right. Be well. See you. Yeah. Well, this is our world, and everybody's going to sue. On the Davante Adams thing, I mean, look, he might have something there. He was just doing his job, and dude shoved him, and what am I, concussed? I got a headache. My ankle hurts. My whatever.
These are two different scenarios.
Totally different.
Two different scenarios.
Totally.
Davante Adams was jerk move.
Yeah.
Instead of a moment of maybe getting caught off guard, oh, someone just jumped in front of me, he ended up shoving the dude down and just continuing walking on by.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner, I'm with you on this. Like, you'd run on the field, you're going to get hit by someone. But there is a legal part of this, and said that was not Bobby Wagner's job to do. Just like if there's a car chase, it's not your job to go hit that car so the police can catch that car.
What if you feel that you're in fear that the guy's coming at you and you don't know what he's going to do? And I'm protecting myself. I mean, here
This
he
is I'm just.
This is an odd.
This is
scene
why
that-
it actually is going to
Yeah.
probably
Be
be
litigated?
handled by lawyers and litigated out this way, because that wasn't Bobby Wagner's job. I don't have a problem with Bobby
You
Wagner
have a right
hitting
to
the dude.
self-defense. You have a right to self-defense. He's in your space. He's coming at you, and this is an odd situation. I mean, would you
Yeah.
say a dude on a football field
Yeah.
with pink smoke coming out of him, running around, would be unpredictable?
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
I'm with you, but there's reason that these things go
Yeah,
through this
no, I get
process.
it. Tony, good morning.
Jeff Sambietta, attorney at law.
Yeah, that's right.
I have a cousin of mine who's an attorney out in El Paso, and I was talking to him about this, and he said exactly what you guys said. You know, they're gonna, of course, once Bobby Wagner interfered, and that's what they're gonna say. He interfered
With what? Interfered with what? With what did he interfere?
It interfered with the security's job, because I was telling my cousin, I said, well, yeah, but because I felt the same way that you felt, Jeff. Hey, I'm threatened and everything. Well, and that's going to be Bobby Wagner's attorney's argument, is that, hey, you know what, we didn't know, the crazy times and all that. And, it's so funny because my cousin said almost word for word what you said.
Yeah.
Almost word for word.
And he's a lawyer?
And
Who? And he's a lawyer?
My cousin?
Your cousin? Yeah.
Yeah. He's a lawyer out in El Paso, and he said it almost word for word, exactly what you say, the crazy times that we live in and everything. But what this protesters' attorneys are going to argue is the fact that that's not Bobby Wagner's job. It's not. And the sad part about all of this is that this guy's going to want to sue for just throwing a number out there, $50,000, and they're going to talk it down to some dumb amount, and Bobby Wagner's going to, pay him the $10,000 just to shut him up and get it over with.
Well, if it's only
And
$50,000, if it's only $50,000,
that's the problem right there.
Yeah, if it's only $50,000, he's going to do it. I think it's going to be closer to $500,000 to $1 million. And then what do you do? Well, I would. I mean, if I'm pink smoke guy,
they're going to talk it down to some ridiculous. I mean, he's going to want some ridiculous amount, and then it's going to end up coming down to $20,000 or whatever. And to $20,000 to you and I is a lot. To Bobby Wagner, he's got millions. It's not, and that's the problem. He's just going to turn around and say, you know what, just pay him, get it over with. And because that's the society that we live in. Just let's do this, let's just get it over with, and we're done.
Wow. All right.
There was a case with Halle Berry, where she somebody was trying to sue her, and she said, I will spend $100,000 just so that I don't have to pay you 10, because that way it puts a stop to all that stuff. And unfortunately, Bobby Wagner is going to say, 25 grand, give it to him.
Yeah. Oh, if that's what it is, I think that's right. All right, man.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
crazy. Text line says, props to Bobby Wagner. I hope under the same circumstances he'd do it again. Society continues to reward wrongdoers. Time to take off the dresses. It's from Don. Careful, Don. You and Troy, man, you're going to disappear. Talk to Sebastian Noel coming up at 8:30, the voice of the people. We'll get into the high school stuff. You want to continue on Bobby Wagner and Davante Adams, you can. Lobos and Aggies. Baseball was terrific yesterday. It's the opening drive. I'm Jeff Symbieta with JJ Buck, A. Marie, and Adrian. Glad you're with us this Wednesday morning. Thanks for listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here's Whaley along with Cheshire, and Chris Moore gets a point back for the Huskies, 11-7.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. Don't sweat the technique. This is the opening drive. with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck.
Great baseball yesterday. Yordan Alvarez with a walk-off home run. That's why October baseball's so good. Unless you're a Mariners fan, it wasn't that damn good. 8-7 in a thriller walk-off style. Dodgers won last night. They beat the Padres game one of that series 5-3. These are all best of 5. Yankees 4-1 over the Cardinals. Garrett Cole 6 1/3 and 1 earned run for the Yankees, and the Phillies beat the Braves. Phillies are undefeated in the postseason. 7-6 was that score. All the winners have a 1-0 lead in their series. Good morning to you. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, A. Marie, Adrienne. Glad you're with us. We're going to talk high school football at 8:30 with Sebastian Noel, the voice of the people. We'll be talking a little NFL, really kind of legal stuff. Bobby Wagner of the Rams. He's the guy who he decked the guy with the pink smoke Monday Night Football 2 weeks ago on the field so the security guys could wrap him up. He's being sued. Davante Adams of the Raiders walked off the field and pushed a credentialed worker on Monday night. Was it Monday night, Sunday night? It was Monday night this week. What's with the Monday night games? And remember, there's a zillion cameras out there. And so this guy's pressing charges against him. 2 different stories, I think. 505-246-0610. I think they're 2 different cases. Ray, you want to talk about Davante. Good morning, Ray.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
What's happening?
I don't know if you guys will remember. I think you might be a little young, but back in the late 60s, early 70s, the then Baltimore Colts playing a game, and there was a fan that ran out on the field, and he ran and tried to pick up the ball from the center, and the linebacker for the Baltimore Colts, I think his name was Mike Curtis. I don't remember. But the guy picked up the ball, and Mike just clocked this guy. I mean, and the place went wild, and he was a hero. He was a legend after that.
Right.
And, any fan that goes onto the field, the field belongs to the players, so they deserve what they get.
I think that's right. But legally, they probably, you and I probably feel the same way, and I think 95% of us feel that way. Now, legally, do they have that protection? Legally, is that right? And so, Ray, I think we feel the same way, but I'm not sure common sense is going to play here. Thanks for the call. Rudy is an attorney. Rudy, am I close or am I way off on the way I'm thinking on this thing?
No, you're close. And if the NFL has any brains, they're going to if that guy sues, they need to intervene in that suit and countersue. Wagner was protecting his teammates. He doesn't know what this guy's doing. He doesn't know what's in that smoke bomb. And you can read your ticket, and it says entrance onto the playing field is by pass only.
It could result in you getting your ass kicked.
Well, it results in a lot of things. But for him to go after Bobby, I think the NFL needs to defend that lawsuit and countersue and say, these are our policies. You don't get to come on the field to make whatever name you want to make for yourself. And if they did that, it would probably put that organization in legal jeopardy, and they maybe rethink how they do things. This gluing yourself to the floor and all these other types of protests at NBA games, the leagues need to come down hard on that. Otherwise, maybe I go out there and I stump because I need some Bitcoin money or whatever, and it just turns into a free-for-all. So I think legally that's what they need to do. I'm a little just jumping around. I'm a little blurry because I stayed up to watch the whole Dodgers-Padres game because, I'm a Dodger fan. Yeah. And sorry for gigging you a little bit on the on the cell phone, but it's going to be a really good series.
Yes,
San Diego addressed some of their shortcomings, and I think it's going to be a battle all the way down. But the Dodgers getting that jump on them bodes well. Finally, this whole thing about Heath Ridenour, I remember a guy that everybody said when he took the job, oh, he's a high school coach. He's never going to make it. And his name was Don Flanagan.
That happens. Look. Again, the difference between can you do it and have you done it is a big difference. And at some point you can get, it took Don Flanagan a little time to do it too. I don't know that Heath's going to get a lot of time. He'd better figure it out pretty quickly, and I don't know if he's got the guns to figure it out.
Well, Don didn't take any time. The same team that lost 68-20 to San Diego State, the basic same team, he added Katie Kern. The next year, they were in the conference finals of the tournament. That's how quickly he turned around. Coaching's coaching. If you're a good coach and you know how to resonate with the players, and everything I know about Heath says he can, I'll all he has to do is breathe some life into the offense. That's all he has to do. And the rest will take care of itself. And I see that coming. My final thought is, it just works out that Michigan plays Penn State and UNM plays New Mexico State, so it's I Hate State week.
There you go. That probably works out perfectly for you. All right, hate the state.
Take
Be
care,
well.
everybody.
See ya. All right, so from an attorney, he says you should countersue. It's interesting. It's interesting. All right, you guys are in as well. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. AC says, good morning, Jeff. If I were Bobby Wagner, I would countersue that person, saying he made my workplace unsafe and sue for a huge amount. Okay. All right. You want a latest edition of JJ Buck Get Off My Rocks from Jeremy?
Always.
Jeff, if you remember, I was at that sub place. I asked for green chili on my sandwich, like I have all my life, and I was told, sorry, sir, we can't do that anymore. Green chili is now considered premium topping. We charge extra now. Well, apparently this is not a consistent policy. Some sub places still offer it for free. And at those that don't, the jalapenos are still free. Do I lose my New Mexican card if I substitute free jalapenos instead of paying for green chili? It's from Jeremy. I say yes. I mean, the difference between jalapenos and green chili. You a jalapenos person? You like jalapenos?
Yes.
You, Amory? You dig? Oh, she's on phone. To me, the difference is gigantic.
Yeah, but if one's free, I'm going with free.
I'm going 50 cents to get green chili.
$3.99.
Yeah, I'm paying the extra 50 cents to get green chili instead of jalapenos. You?
I'm sorry, I was talking
jalapenos.
on one of the
would you
callers.
Take free jalapenos or 50 cents more for green chili?
Oh, I love both.
Yeah, I'm not a jalapenos guy.
I'm a both kind of gal.
Yeah,
I'll pay extra for whatever I like.
That's where I am. Well, I'll pay extra for what I want. Yeah,
correct.
I am too. David, good morning to you.
Jalapenos 3 for 50 cents?
Jalapenos
that
free
might be work.
Or 50 cents for green chili?
I think I'd take one of each.
All right, fair enough.
Or 6 of each.
All right. What do you got?
The baseball thing, ultimately, as it stands now, who do you think was the lucky winner? Ultimately, Dodgers, Astros, Yankees. I hate all three of those, but ultimately I think the Astros were the lucky winners.
Yeah, they pulled victory out of the jaws of defeat. Absolutely.
And the kicker is they were up by how many? They were behind by how many before they ultimately won? So how far back did the Astros have to come back?
Yeah, they were down 7-3.
In which case, statistically, do you think that's going to happen again? Do you think that the Astros lose?
Well, if that happens again and they're down 7-3 in the eighth, the statistics will tell you that the odds are against them. Yeah, yeah.
And ultimately, the football thing. Take out the guy that he's a linebacker. I think it's excessive force. I think Rudy's wrong. The bottom line to it is if that linebacker approach was done by a security guard and ultimately it was deemed illegal excessive force, a parallel is, say you have somebody breaking in your house, and ultimately you do something that ultimately damages them. They sue you because technically what you do to them, even though they're violating the law, is violating their rights. And you can talk to any attorney. If somebody's breaking into a house and they're not supposed to be there, but the measure against them taken for breaking into the house that's excessive or damaging or threatening could be grounds for injury. So, yes, they're illegally, but the force applied against them is what's going on.
At what point can you defend yourself?
Take away this guy being a linebacker. Say he was a security guard who did the same thing, meaning is it excessive force?
Was it excessive? He threw his shoulder and knocked him down. He stopped him. He didn't jump on him, pound him while he was down, stomp on him, beat his head. He stopped him. Was that? You're right. So everything is going to be up to JJ's point, litigation, and that's why attorneys are going to get involved. Excessive is a vague term, is it not? It's up for interpretation, correct?
And he's going to probably sue for damages, bodily injury. That's going to be the problem, and ultimately that would be the claim. And the defense can't be, well, he's not supposed to be there because, like I said, if somebody's breaking into a house, they're not supposed to be there. But if somebody goes out to them with a 12-gauge shotgun attached to like an automatic fire, and they're shooting him with 50 rounds of bullets to get him out of the house, I mean, that would be illegal. I mean,
See,
that's an extreme example, but
the dudes in your
the
house
idea
would-
is just because they're there illegally doesn't defend them against claims against something done wrong to them.
Yeah. All right. No, David, thanks. It's an interesting scenario. I'm not going to sit here and play dime store lawyer because I'm not. If someone comes into your house, you have a right to defend yourself, right? I mean, that's established law. Now, what's excessive? How did we get into playing freaking lawyers here today? I mean, excessive is a vague term. That's how they interpret this all the time. Was Bobby Wagner excessive? He threw his shoulder and knocked the guy off his pins, right? And then the security guys got him. Did he stomp on him? Did he grab him in a headlock and give him a noogie? Did he beat the crap out of him? No, he knocked the guy down. I mean, if I'm sitting on a jury, you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that's excessive. Can we stop talking about this now?
Yes.
All right. I mean, yes. 505-246-0610. 888. What?
People seem to enjoy it.
No, it's good. I mean, if you're in on it.
It was all over Twitter, too. That's
No, I get it. And
the
you
Devontae and Bobby thing, I was like, all right, guys.
Yeah, no, we were deep in the Bobby thing last week when you were watching that great. By the way, when we come back, can you tell us about your experience watching the worst football game ever in person? Because you were there Thursday night, and we sat here Friday, and our eyes were bleeding from watching that. And you were there watching your team-in-law escape, and you probably were all happy because your team-in-law won. Can you talk? Tell us about your experience.
Barely, of course.
All right, because we were going to call you Friday morning, but we figured, well, we're not going to call you Friday morning. It was a Jerry Friday, and Jerry's like, well, let's call Marie. I'm like, well, I think she's off today. Let's give her the day off.
I appreciate it. You can always call me, though.
All right. I want to hear about that, though, when we come back. What's it like being at the worst game ever? 505-246-0610. You can come in as well on any of this stuff. And Sebastian's going to be with us at 8:30 to talk high school sports. You tired of living with chronic pain? If you've got chronic pain, I know you're tired of living with chronic pain, whether it's knee pain, joint pain, shoulder pain. Listen carefully, because now there are new regenerative treatments available right here. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, is open here in Albuquerque. They offer you lasting relief. If you have joint pain, use the latest in precision medicine with natural biologics. So it's an exciting non-surgical approach that can restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints and get you moving again. QC Kinetics has over 100 clinics nationwide. They've treated thousands of patients with an incredible success and satisfaction rate. So if you've got pain in your knees, your shoulder, your hip, your back, you've got to check out these new treatments. They can actually help your body restore and repair itself. And listen, there's no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. If you've been told the old ways are the only ways, don't believe that. Get a free second opinion. Schedule your free consultation with QC Kinetics. 505-226-8688. 505-226-8688. That's QC Kinetics at 505-226-8688.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
There's Whaley along with Cheshire, and Chris Moore gets a point back for the Huskies, 11-7.
Left. Boom. Barella.
Quick turn right into the yak there for Justin. Absolutely. Pascal looking. Throws off the back leg.
Oh, what a...
Let's send some pressure, and there he comes. You make him get rid of the ball quick.
They got 5 there, and it's a sack. This one's going to be on Brody Whitaker, as they didn't have it.
To Meyer. She pushes it over, but waiting for it was Sofia Valdez, who just slapped it down, and it's an advantage for...
Hasn't found that yet. But they do have a 2nd down and 7. Sapien flies up after that ball. He goes through the middle. What a snag and a touchdown.
What a catch. It's a beautiful catch. One-handed, jump up in the air. I'm not even sure if that was meant for him, but...
Big hole. Perry's got one man to beat, and he beat him. Now he's racing towards the sideline, and he...
Someone's in your house doesn't mean you can shoot them. Common misconception. They sent me this this link. Then I got...
I think you can.
I haven't opened the link yet. And then in Texas, Ryan says, in this state, I could legally shoot and kill someone who breaks into my house. You want me to open this link? It kind of scares me a little bit.
What scares you more, that link or the football game I went to?
All right. Well, so there's one on that too. This Ask Anne Marie. I think that's you.
Hey, Marie.
Yeah.
One day you guys will get it. Thank you.
Ask Anne Marie.
I'm sure you guys like being called by different names that isn't your name every single day of your life.
Hey, Anne Marie. I'm just reading.
No, it's funny.
I know.
It's just it's ongoing.
If she was ready to leave before the overtime, I was watching, and before the OT, I was like, I can't deal with this bleep. I'm going to bed. How was it being at the worst
being
game
at a
ever?
game, it's so fun. The only problem is they stop selling beer in the 4th quarter, so you're already dealing with an awful game, and it goes in overtime, and you can't eat or drink. So I mean,
Well, you can probably eat.
Maybe, but I wasn't doing that. So
You could drink water, as JJ once told me.
I still had a great time, and it's crazy that stadium was sold out, packed, but they started leaving during overtime. I'm not gonna lie, we didn't want to wait in traffic, so when it was about to go to overtime, we went to the bar across the street from the stadium and watched overtime.
Okay.
And
how was How was Bronco fan during this?
You know, I've never heard so many fans boo their own team. I've never experienced something like that in my entire life. Every time Russell Wilson or the Broncos were on the field, like their own team was booing them. It was bad. I've never seen anything like it before.
Are they more pissed? Did you? Maybe you can get this, but you were there. At Russell Wilson or their coach Nathaniel Hackett?
Maybe it's a combination, but I think their expectations of Russell Wilson were high, so I think you shouldn't. I think it's more Russell Wilson for them.
Where are you as
it's all Nathaniel Hackett. But then
I agree,
it's finding out that this is going to be a lost year for the Denver Broncos. Russ is hurt. That lat's not healing itself in a week. And so if you're Denver, what you want from this season is your head coach to become confident in his abilities, at least look like they have a functioning plan for what they're doing moving forward. Potentially look around at some assets that are on that roster. Could potentially be trade candidates, not necessarily this in season, but in the off season. Recoup a little bit of draft capital because Russell Wilson's not done. Russell Wilson's in a bad spot right now.
What makes you so certain? Because I don't know that I'm.
He's 33 years old.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not as sure as
he's
you
not
are.
falling off the cliff in 1 year. He's not.
Okay.
There's no track record of a quarterback that good falling off in 1 year at 33.
Okay, so what about last year?
What about last year?
I mean, does that not matter? Was it a bad
broke his thumb.
situation? So okay, so he was broken thumb, broken lat, or broken lat. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Like
So-
he hit his head on a
Yeah.
helmet. Like I'm not going to sit here and scream Dak Prescott's injury prone either. Like it's part of an unfortunate
I'm not as
situation.
sold as you are, but
that it doesn't happen. Like Russell Wilson can't be that good, and all of a sudden we just realize, for those 10 years he wasn't that good.
he was good. No, he was.
And it's
good.
not. He's not falling off a cliff in 1 year. He's not. It's not that bad. But this year is going to be bad.
I think it's also crazy that the Broncos have more wins than the Raiders.
It's pretty crazy.
And the Raiders' only win was against the Broncos.
Isn't that so crazy?
Who do you play?
Right. I mean,
I don't know. I just am like
Texans
looking
and
at all these
49ers.
teams in the AFC West, and I'm like, the Raiders are in last place.
And I don't think the Raiders are that bad.
Neither do I.
And I do, obviously they've got a puncher's chance in every game they're in. Would they lose all 4 games by a total of 8 points? Right? I mean, they're in every game. I don't think they're that bad. But to your point on the Broncos, so now they're beat up.
This is a year where you came in thinking, we could do something crazy with Russell Wilson, and it's a complete opposite.
All right, so
it's get through this. See if your coach can just build some confidence. It's not going to look good. You just lost your best offensive lineman for the season, Garrett Bowles.
You
Your
lost
left tackle's done.
Best running back.
Best running back is done for the season.
Tim Patrick's been out all year.
And he was going to be your number 2 wide receiver in an
Yes, he
offense.
was.
All of a sudden, then okay, Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Russell Wilson is banged up. This is a get by year. See if your coaching staff can develop some confidence and just trust, because it's not going to look good. So the fan base isn't going to trust him. But within that locker room, if they feel that there's a consistent plan, there's a good message, and then Nathaniel Hackett becomes confident in himself, where he doesn't need a babysitter to do the duties of a head coach. That's what this season has to be about. And then next year, you hopefully hit the expectations that are supposed to be this year.
So does your head coach make it through this year? I mean, you're fine. You think your quarterback's going to be fine. You're going to get healthy. Next year will be better. Yay, next year. Okay, but does this young head coach make it?
I believe so. Because I think
you think it's hard to one and done a guy.
Yes.
I just pay him a bunch to go away.
Nathaniel Hackett's been a disaster.
So, was he hired before or after the sale? Do you remember? Were the Waltons in charge, this Walton family, were they in charge when he was hired, or was he hired before? Because I think that's key. Yeah. If they didn't hire him and they watch this and just go, really? This is our guy? Like, isn't Sean Payton out there? Is Matt Rule available? I'm kidding on Matt Rule. But isn't there, I mean, is Eric Bieniemy better than this? Like, come on, man. If this continues to go down this path.
It could happen.
I mean, Steve Wilkes, was it Steve Wilkes?
Yeah, but that was also, they were a team that was a disaster and had the number 1 overall pick, and so they restarted with Kingsbury getting his quarterback.
Yeah, they had was it Josh Levine, right?
Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen. From UCLA. Yeah, and then they blew up that experiment. Boy, have they gone through some quarterback? They had Matt Leinart there for a minute. Who's going to be the guy? Josh Rosen was going to be the guy. Remember when Mike Glennon was going to be the guy? How high I was on Mike Glennon? Love me some Mike Glennon.
It's some weird.
Who do you love, Mike Lemon or Davis Mills more?
Well, Davis Mills.
Sean Mannion.
Davis Mills won a game this last week and beat everybody's favorite team.
Sheesh.
Beat Doug Peterson and the
gosh.
Jacksonville Jaguars. He scored 13 points. They won that damn game. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Davis
obviously.
Mills, for crying out loud. Did you see the mighty Houston Texans? Everybody's won a game. It's kind of crazy. We're 5 weeks in. There's only one undefeated, and I think they're going to get beat this week.
Ooh.
You don't think the Cowboys are going to beat the Eagles
I
this
hope
week?
they do.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm kind of rooting for, I like it. That division's fun right now.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I didn't know that division was going to be that fun this year, but it's
Who knew?
Who knew? AFC. I'm like, oh, the NFC East is fun.
That Cooper Rush would make everyone a Cowboy fan.
I don't know if I'm a fan.
I think you're a fan.
mean, I'm
No,
not.
I'm a fan of Cooper Rush.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've always liked
I'm
Tony
not a
Romo.
fan.
I've never been a Cowboy fan, but I always liked Tony Romo.
I'm not.
You
a
can
fan.
say you're not a Cowboy fan, but y'all want them to win.
Well, because
No,
I
don't know if I
despise the
want
Eagles
to see.
as well.
That's I don't know if I want them to win. Like I told you the other day, Cowboys were going to beat the Rams.
Only
you think I
'cause the
wanted
Eagles.
that?
No.
No, just because I tell you I think
did.
something's going to happen doesn't mean I want it to happen.
Boy, Uncle Time, you
Uncle-
wanted it. You crowned the newest, best nickname
No.
in the league.
As I'm sitting there watching that game and vomiting in my mouth, watching the Rams look like they look. No, I didn't want it. I wanted to be wrong.
Everyone loves the Cowboys.
I'm
Cooper
big on
Rush.
Uncle Time now. I love me some Uncle Time. Is he starting this week? If they got a starter, it's Wednesday. They announced. Is Dak been practicing?
Where's Jerry?
I don't think we
Well,
know yet.
You know when Dak's
Cowboy
ready,
fan.
We got a controversy because Cooper's gone out and won some games, and when Dak's ready, he can come back and compete with Cooper because Cooper's been good, and we're gonna go play the Eagles. Not as good as Hoser. I'm working on it. 5:05 was that? I mean, did I get the cadence right at least? The cadence was
Yes,
there.
you did. You did.
All right. Sebastian Noel's next. Voice of the People will talk high school sports on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
The Albuquerque Journal and Venue Plus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough.
To the playoffs. High school football and gear. It's getting chilly. You've gone from shorts to sweatshirts on Friday nights. Might even add another layer as we get later in the month. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. The big Albuquerque Academy cross-country extravaganza is a big high school event this weekend. Every school in the state's invited. It's got their football team playing Friday afternoon out there. I know you all will be there on Saturday. We welcome in the voice of the people. It's Jeff Symbieta. It's JJ Buck. We'll get back to your calls in a moment. You watch him on ProView Networks regularly. You watch him on the My 50 Game of the Week every single week, along with a great crew. He is Sebastian Noel. Good day, sir. How you living?
Good morning, guys. Good to be with you guys, as always.
Good to have you with us, as always. You, what are we, like 3 weeks left, 2 weeks left the regular season?
Yeah, it's crazy. It seems like it just flew by. You know, district play started, and then you turn around, and it's like, the playoffs are right here.
Yeah, no, they're coming. You told us last week, watch out for that Farmington-West Mesa game. And what a shootout it was. 48-41, Farmington beats West Mesa. That was, I mean, you've loved West Mesa the whole time. Mud's been telling me West Mesa is going to win state. Probably not, but that was, boy, what a heck of a game that was. That meant a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I said that was de facto a playoff game for West Mesa. That was the way they could have guaranteed a playoff berth. And now, I do think they have a strong enough resume with the criteria selection points that they might get in there. But, man, that was a big game. And I know Coach Brody can't be too happy with not pulling that one out, because you love to just guarantee a spot in the playoffs and then just work on continuing to improve as you go into the playoffs. But now you got to make sure you actually get in.
Yeah, no. Now you got another tough one coming up. If you're West Mesa, you got to go up against La Cueva, who's one of the 3 best teams in the state, and that should be another shootout. We should see a ton of points on Friday night this week, huh?
Well, and the thing about that game is, La Cueva plays such a physical brand of football. I can almost guarantee West Mesa is going to be banged up the following week. So that's going to affect their schedule in 2 weeks, right? So it's not ideal. That's all those factors led into how big that Farmington game was, because no team leaves the La Cueva game 100% healthy.
Yeah. Another big one in the state was Centennial and Hobbs. And Hobbs played Centennial, what was it, 27-20, 24-20, I think was the number. Hobbs might be for real, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. That was a matchup that we talked about last week. Hobbs has been playing. They played a schedule that hasn't been the toughest versus some of the other big schools. So I thought that was an important game for them as well. I think what Hobbs losing does do, though, is Centennial, La Cueva, and Cleveland have now locked up 1, 2, 3. The order, obviously, to be determined, right? But I think now with that Hobbs loss, I think Volcano Vista could slide into that 4 spot, assuming that they finish second in that district. So that opens the door to another team to be the number 4. I don't think that's a lock for Hobbs now. And that's no knock on them, but just what the selection criteria is, and with their strength of schedule kind of affecting their max prep ranking, I think that could cause them to slip to 5. So they might not get that first round bye.
Sebastian, we've seen some monster passing yardage totals this season, and we saw Volcano Vista senior quarterback Elliot Paskett-Bell go for 528, 5 touchdowns. They rolled Cibola 57-7, but there's a lot in there. Aiden Chavez, Cibola quarterback, gets hurt. So you have the Hawks victory, but Chavez getting hurt, and then Cibola this week having to play at Rio Rancho.
JJ, I know you're a Cougar, so this is going to break your heart, but Cibola, I think their season ended when Aiden stood, right? So, but let's talk about Elliot Paskett-Bell for a minute. I love that kid. I had a chance to talk to him on my show a couple of weeks ago, and he rushed for 2 touchdowns as well, so he accounted for 7. And actually, I was talking to Nick Trujillo, the receiver at Cleveland, because that's who I had on my show this week. And I asked him, I said, hey, we have this good of a crop of quarterbacks in the metro area. Because you usually have 1 or 2, but it seems like there's more. And he kind of agreed with me. And you see it week in, week out, whether it's Aiden, well, both Aidens, I should say, whether Evan Weissong has a huge game, whether Elijah Brody has a huge game, and then Elliot Paskett-Bell has just been dealing all season. The quarterback position is fun to watch right now.
So what's Aiden Chavez's injury? Is he done? What was it?
Well, I think it's an ankle or something, lower leg. I haven't got a definitive word on that, but I mean, I know he's down on the ground for 10 minutes, and it took a wheelchair to get him off the field. So that, I'm not a doctor, Jeff, but that doesn't sound good.
It's all right. We've been playing freaking lawyer on here all day. He's Sebastian Noel, voice of the people, with us on the opening drive.
Well, we got to throw some small school questions at you. And I'm looking at the schedule. I see a 6-1 St. Mike's team against a 7-1 Raton team this weekend. What do you make of that?
Raton's for real, man. Their running back if he continues at this trajectory, he might break the state record for rushing yards. He's just phenomenal. They had a huge matchup last week that they won, so they just keep rattling off games. This will be a nice matchup. St. Mike's has had a good season, obviously. They played a lot of teams in their area, and Raton, man, I might go to that game, JJ. I might try to make a trip to that game. Is that a Friday or Saturday? I should know that. Why am I asking you questions?
Saturday.
Okay, all right, then I might make that game then.
What's the My 50 game of the week?
Our game this week will be at Rio Rancho for Cibola at Rio Rancho. Interesting, Rams, just kind of plugging along. We talked about their defense is enough to carry them, and it kind of has. And now their offense is slowly starting to find some rhythm. They've had a lot of injuries, so it's interesting to check in on them. I haven't seen them in a couple of weeks.
Well, these rivalry games are fun. I mean, whether, and it doesn't just have to be Cleveland Rio Rancho or La Cueva El Dorado. I mean, I think Cibola Rio Rancho's turned into something. You saw last week, Academy and Pius got back together, and it was, big lead for Pius, and Academy came back on them. All those rivalry games are really fun this time of year.
Yeah, I would argue that Academy Pius one is one of the best in the state because it's all sports. I mean, on the tennis court, on the soccer field. I mean, it's everywhere, right? And they're usually both pretty competitive. I know St. Pius is down right now in football, but I love that rivalry.
Hey, who's the best player in the state? And I say that by Stratton Strufeld from Cleveland is getting offers. I know I saw he was at Cleveland, at Stanford just the other day. He's got a ton of offers, both in-state schools. It's easy to talk about the quarterbacks, the two Aidens and everything else, but who do you think is the best high school football player or players if that's too precise?
Well, I think you have to start with Stratton, right? I mean, the offers often don't lie, and that's going to be a Power 5 kid. There's no doubt about it, but I think it's really hard to peg or label a couple because if we're being honest, and I'll let you guys call me on the carpet even for this, how many of us were talking about Cody Moon while he was in high school?
Yeah, very few of us probably, right? I mean,
exactly.
that's been, if you go back and this might be a little further back, but when Rocky was here in Danny the first time, the Lobos were full of guys like that, and we might even say Brian Urlacher, but you could say Brian Urlacher and Hank Baskett and Nick Spiegel. And Dontrell was getting all the love. Dontrell was the one who was highly recruited, but those teams back in that era were full of Cody Moons, the Cook brothers, Ryan Cook, and when they came out of Cibola, nobody was recruiting those guys, and they became not only all conference guys, some of them went to the NFL.
Yeah, and so I think we could have a batch of kids like that, and that's a nice thing to see, and I think Coach Gonzalez will find them. I think Coach Long will find them. I think Coach Ridenauer will find them. So that's great to see. And since we're talking level,
lastly, I wanted to ask you about that. You've watched Coach Ridenauer for a long time, and there's so much talk about Heath Ridenauer becoming the Lobos offensive coordinator, and we've heard a lot of conversation. Is he ready for it? He was in high school 10 months ago. You've watched him. Your feeling, is he ready to be the offensive coordinator at Division I?
Oh, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's got a great football mind. He's a lifer. Football is all he breathes. But, I had a chance to know him a little bit in high school, and so away from the X's and O's, just the amount of passion that he brings into not only the game of football, but his kids, right? Like, he's a pretty amazing dude. I'll just say that. And I think he's a Danny Gonzalez guy for sure, right? Like, when you think of Danny, and the way it's 100% genuine, the way he loves the community and UNM, and that's the way Coach Ridenauer is. I mean, those are two chips off the same block there, and I'm just so excited for Coach Ridenauer. I think he's going to do a fantastic job, and I'm excited for the Lobos. I mean, I know you guys have had a few fans that are really impatient. They have that selective amnesia, like they don't remember the years of destruction Coach Loxley and Coach Davey caused, right? And they're already getting impatient. But if you're out there watching these games, the product's different. The team's playing better. There's a ton of locals on the team. It's a good product. The wins will come. Patience has to be there.
It's tough, and I think this fan base has been through so much for so long. The patience is just worn thin to the point that it's not there anymore, and I think people do lose perspective. Look, I make no bones about it. If you're flipping coaches every 3 years, it's not going to work, and you might get a winning year, and then it's going to blow up again. You got a guy who wants to be here, wants to build a program, and where this place was, and you just talked about it a little bit, it was down, and it was a total rebuild. It's going to be interesting to watch Heath and see how patient people are, JJ, with Heath Ridenauer. I think people are expecting 55 points this week, and I think that's not fair. It's not just the X's and O's, right? It is the, what is it, Sebastian? It's not the X's and O's, it's the what?
The Jimmy's and Joe's.
That's right. That's what they tell you all the time. All right, so you're going to be at Rio Rancho. You got Cibola and Rio Rancho on My 50 this week. Who's on your show? How do people watch your show?
You can just go to YouTube, go to the ProView Networks channel on YouTube there, and I have Cleveland wide receiver Nick Trujillo this week. Really, really good good conversation. He's just tearing it up over there. Another future Lobo. So he'll be reunited with Coach Ridenour very soon. We talked about that, of course. He was pretty excited about that as well.
Beautiful. All right, have a great call Friday. Appreciate the time as always, and we will catch up with you next week.
Thanks, guys. Be good.
Be well. Sebastian Noel, the voice of the people. So the Aiden Chavez is an ankle injury is what he said, so he may or may not be done for the year. Where's he getting offered? Do we know?
No.
Okay, because we all believe he's the next level player as well, right? The Cibola quarterback. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. I'm going to reset for you. I do have some quarterback news for you. Maybe even Dallas Cowboy quarterback news for you. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Some banks can make it.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
To the National Football League, and we'll start you with Dallas Cowboys. Say what? And thank you to, I think it was Omar who sent me this. No, it is, yeah, who the hell was it? I think it was Omar. Sent me the link on Ian Rappaport. Omar says, ask and ye shall receive. So Ian Rappaport, is he NFL Network? JJ? Is that where he is?
Yes.
All right, so this morning, Ian Rappaport reported that Dak Prescott's going to go out and try to practice today. They're going to see if he can grip a football. In Jerry's words, well, if he can spin it. Can he spin the football? Rappaport said it's probably a long shot that he plays on Sunday against the Eagles. More likely that Dak will be back against the Lions the following week. However, there's a chance. So today's going to kind of be a little bit of a show-me day for Dak Prescott. But the word is from the NFL Network that Dak is going to try to get out there today and try to practice and see what he can do. So that's kind of a big deal. Now, Cowboy fan, I know you're all kind of conflicted on this. And do you want him back or do you want Uncle Time? Uncle Time, who the hell's that? Cooper Rush. Told you, man, there's only one person who's undefeated. It's Father Time. Well, now there's two. Cooper Rush is 5-0 as a starter. Undefeated. Never lost. Uncle Time. If you like Brother Time better, you can go with that, or Cousin Time, but he's Uncle Time to me. Until he loses, then he's just Cooper Rush again. What do I call him when he loses? I mean, it's kind of my favorite nickname I've come up with in a long time. What do you call Cooper Rush when he loses? Just Cooper Rush?
We will cross that bridge when we get there.
He's never going to lose, is he? He's never going to lose an NFL game. Cooper Rush.
I think it's a very big game coming up Monday.
Let me ask you this. Has Cooper Rush earned himself consideration for next year? And I'm going to tell you, I think the answer is probably no. But at what point does he if he hasn't? When teams are out, whether I don't care if it's the Giants or the Texans or the Saints or whoever might be out in that quarterback market, the Colts again, because they are every year, or whoever it is, in that quarterback market, the Washington Commandos, is Cooper Rush earned himself consideration to go in and be somebody's starting quarterback?
Yes.
He should have, right? It feels like he should have. Do you think so? I mean, do you want your team?
Yeah.
If you're a Washington Commandos fan, and you're done with the 1 year Carson Wentz experiment like everybody else is, do you want your team bringing in Cooper Rush? Here's Uncle Time coming in.
Yeah. Let's see what he does the rest of the season. Well, Dak's coming in, but probably.
So what if he wins this week? What if he loses this week?
I think he'll
Nobody's
have
going to hold it against him if he loses, right? It's the freaking Eagles. You think he loses all his credibility?
I don't know. Fans are really wishy-washy, Jeff.
No, I'm well aware of that. I mean, I'm dumb, but I'm not new.
Especially Cowboy fans.
I don't think he loses all of his credibility.
No.
And if he beats him, the legend of Uncle Time grows even more, doesn't it?
Or does Dak go back in and they're like, we should have kept Cooper, and they lose.
I mean,
and Cooper Rush is like,
that's a real possibility.
Yeah.
Now, if he wins this week and Dak comes in and they somehow lose to the Lions or the Bears, now people start losing their blipping minds, right? Because Cooper Rush went undefeated and beat the undefeated Eagles and beat the Rams on the road, and this guy can't beat the Lions or Bears at home? That's when people start losing their mind. Now, they'd be wrong, but they'd have a reason to lose their minds. I mean, if let's say the Broncos somehow Russ isn't back. You don't want
Russ isn't going to be.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's not an if.
A hypothetical.
Russell Wilson is the quarterback.
My whole point is
for the
if it's your team. That's all I'm just saying. If it's your team. No. I 100% agree with you. I'm not telling you this. So say you're a fan of another team then. All right. If that makes this conversation better. We're at the top of the hour. I didn't even realize that. I thought we were like at a different point in the world. So all I'm saying is, would you want your team to consider him if you need it?
Cooper Rush is a 1-year quarterback.
Okay. All right.
Are you giving Cooper Rush $100 million? No. Cooper
Is
Rush.
he like a Nick Foles or Jacoby Brissett?
Can he be that guy?
He's showing you right now he can be that guy.
Then he can make a lot of money for a long time in the National Football League. Then Cooper Rush, Uncle Time, he may never have to start another game after this week. And he could make a lot of money.
Totally.
505-246-0610. Keep them coming. Gosh, I love the correspondence, the participation today. It's been wonderful. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
In New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year Jeff Cindietta and JJ Buck.
You know, I know a lot of Cowboy fans are saying, let Uncle Time go this week. Don't put Dak back in. Cowboy fan, do you believe you have a better chance to beat the undefeated Eagles with Cooper Rush, Uncle Time, undefeated, never lost? Or with Dak Prescott, your $250 million guy? The answer is it's Dak if he's healthy. It's Uncle Time if Dak's not, right? Today, evidently, according to Ian Rappaport, JJ, Dak Prescott's going to go out, try to practice, try to grip a football, try to spin it. And we'll see. Omar says, I can guarantee you Coach Jones is getting calls on the availability of Rush and what it would cost Jeff to get him in the transfer portal. Okay. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
You're not trading him this season, and he's a free agent after this year, so have fun with that.
Yep. I think that's right. It's so valuable to have a backup quarterback. I mean, I don't know. Ask San Francisco. Ask the Cowboys. The Dolphins. By the way, on the Dolphins, Tua is expected back at practice today. That was the other one I wanted to tell you about before we go to the phones. Tua returns to practice. It's been just under 2 weeks after the concussion. And so Tua might play this weekend.
It's the Minnesota Vikings.
Against the Minnesota Football Vikings. Yeah. All right, Wayne, good morning to you. How are you, Wayne?
Good morning. I don't think Cooper Rush is definitely a Nick Foles, not even a Matt Castle. I think he's more like a Brad Johnson. Like, he had a really good defense and plays within himself and doesn't try to make a lot of mistakes, right? So I think sometimes that's smart. I think the big thing on Tony Romo when the Cowboys had him is that he tried to do too much. That's why, sometimes he looked great and sometimes you're like, what was he doing? So knowing to play within your skill set is sometimes better when you have the other side of the coin is actually helping you out defensively, because then you don't put added pressure onto your defense. You just play smart. I think within Dak is a great athlete. I think that's why he kind of pushes the envelope a little bit, and the play calling gets adjusted based on that. So then there's higher risk, but there's also there's high rewards, but there's also higher risk too. So I think they're playing within the scheme and playing within their strengths. But I don't think Cooper Rush is going to be getting any big contract or anybody's really going to go out there. He's playing within the system that works, and he's allowing the strength of the team to carry him.
So you know what, Wayne?
I don't think I think that, what's going to.
I totally agree with you. And so now the next part of that was, will you give credit to Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore?
I gave credit to Kellen Moore. Yeah, Mike McCarthy. In a way, sometimes he's. I used to even say when I was a manager, sometimes is that I only look as good as the people behind me, right? And I think that's what Mike McCarthy is doing right now. He's kind of taking a step back and allowing the people to do their jobs, allowing Dan Quinn to coach the defense, allowing Kellen Moore to make the adjustments. And I think, in a way, stepping back and allowing the people to do their job I'll give him credit for that.
Right.
But I don't think he's a great coach. Still, I do.
Yeah,
do their job.
Yeah, no, Wayne, appreciate the call. Thanks.
Take care.
Did you say Cooper Rush was not like Brad Johnson and Nick Foles?
He's more like Brad Johnson, where he's just
Yeah.
a system guy with a good defense.
Yeah,
And by the
okay,
way,
yeah.
Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl.
Yes, and so did Nick Foles
yeah.
with a good defense,
Yeah.
Eagles defense.
And I'm okay with that, right? Because JJ hits the point every Monday when we sit here. And what's the biggest thing that Cooper Rush is doing is what?
Winning.
Well, and not making
But he's not making mistakes,
Yeah.
and that's what you want from your quarterback. The thing with Dak Prescott is, if you look at Dak Prescott versus Cooper Rush, I think you say, all right, if they're asked to do the same thing, Dak Prescott should just naturally get you a few more big plays in a game. And I think that's going to be key for the Cowboys, is don't change who you are right now when Dak Prescott comes back. Let those things happen within the offense. Don't just start going, oh, Dak Prescott's back. We need to throw the football 70% of the time. Let Dak Prescott run this offense the way that Cooper Rush has been running it, and then you should naturally get some more explosive plays. You should get a couple more off-script plays from Dak Prescott that give you that explosive element downfield, and then that should be the transition you look for. Best case scenario for the Dallas Cowboys is pick up where Cooper Rush is going to leave you off because he's your backup quarterback, and then let those things that you've seen from Dak Prescott, that he can make explosive plays and things can happen, come naturally, and don't just say, oh, I got Dak Prescott back, I'm going to start forcing these pass plays.
Yeah, I don't think we're having an argument, are we, that who's a better quarterback? We're not, are we?
Because within this, too, is Cooper Rush has earned his opportunity in this sample size where people believe, all right, this guy can be a quarterback. Now, it's going to be different. If Cooper Rush is throwing passes for the Commanders right now, we don't love him.
I think that's right, because their defense is not
part of how you balance these situations. You can say, did Cooper Rush earn himself a starting job? I don't know if I'm there yet, but Cooper Rush earned himself a contract for a long time in the NFL.
So here's the deal. Cooper Rush's offense has scored 20, 23, 25, and 22. So he's averaging right about 23 points a game. Is that good enough to win every week in the NFL? It's good enough to win 9 games, right? 20-something points a game. I'm going to guess will win you maybe a little over half your games. Now, how many of those games did the defense or the special teams score? I think the majority of them, right, of those 4 games. Cooper Rush has done just fine. We're not having a conversation. Dak Prescott's a better quarterback than Cooper Rush. I love me some Cooper Rush. It is maybe my favorite story of the NFL season. I love Uncle Tom's story, right? A guy that all of you said, well, what now? What? The season's over. Let's go. The conversation was real. Let's go get Mason Rudolph. That was a real conversation. You know, when you look back in time and say, really, there was a conversation, Peyton Manning or Ryan Leaf, who should go first? This was a real deal? Like, that was really a conversation? Wait, really? Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick? You go back and look at some of these things. So, here's where I am. There's no argument. Dak Prescott's a better quarterback. Everything you said is right. Can he do more? Yes. Cooper Rush hasn't made mistakes. That's his best asset. He hasn't made. He's made good decisions. He's thrown the ball away when he needs to. He hasn't thrown it to the other team. He hasn't laid it on the ground. He has played within the system. I am going to give credit to Mike McCarthy and to Kellen Moore. I know it's not popular to give credit to that head coach. I know Cowboy fan doesn't like Mike McCarthy. But you got to give credit where credit is due. And if you're going to blame everything on him when it's going bad, then he's got to get a little bit of the credit when it's going well, doesn't he? And I love McKellen. Now, I mean, Kellen, like, you know, I've known Kellen since he was 5 years old. I love Kellen Moore. But Mike, and Kellen's got to get credit too. But McCarthy's got to get some of this credit, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, because he's the one, too, that's the final decision maker. Like, he could be getting in the way. He could be making the wrong decisions, but he's trusting his assistants. He's managing the overall game well, because we're not sitting here looking at Mike McCarthy going, oh, he doesn't understand situational football. Why is he wasting this timeout? What's he doing in this situation? This is what you want from your head coach.
Yeah.
Manage the total package.
All right. Text line says he was hired after. So I asked the question, was Nathaniel Hackett hired before or after the Waltons bought the team? And the text line says he was hired after. If that's the case, then I can see a scenario where if it keeps going where it's going, Nathaniel Hackett doesn't make it through the first, past the first year.
He can be a one-and-done coach, absolutely.
Yeah, especially if he went there higher. It also says, I love Jeff's Jerry Jones, which I appreciate. I got to work on it. It'll get better, I promise. All right, on the Tua thing. So you watched that whole thing go down. NFL media said Tagovailoa consulted with 4 independent specialists, including the top sports concussion neurologists and the top neuropsychologists since that injury. He remained down. You saw the whole thing. So should he have been playing? Blah, blah, blah. All right, we've been through this a million times. Bottom line is, Tua Tagovailoa is back at practice. So we'll see what that means. I don't know if he's still advancing through concussion protocol. Is Teddy Bridgewater still in it, or is he out?
Oh, he's in it.
So they may bet back to Skylar. What's my guy's name?
Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, from Kansas State.
Pride of the Wildcat Pride.
Yeah. So they may be back to that today or this week. They get the Vikings. Where's that game? Is it up
in Miami?
Yeah, that's nice.
Issue is Tyreek Hill has a big old question mark by his name because he's in the walking boot this week.
What do you do?
Hurt his foot against the Jets.
Yeah, that's a problem too. Boy, they started out like a house of fire, didn't they? Coach of the year was going to be Mike McDaniels.
Wah, wah.
They started like a house of fire.
17-game season.
That's right.
17-game season.
Scripts aren't written.
Not Thursday night against Cincinnati, where gotta do it.
You mean
What are
Commanders?
you talking about a
versus
wobble?
Bears?
There's no wobble there.
You're so right.
We're good.
But it's such. Your illustration is so dead point on, because every game's a big game. You've never heard a coach tell you it's not a big game, right? Every week is a big game. LSU's playing New Mexico. Well, this is a big game for us. Thursday night against the Bengals in October or September. It's a huge game. Is it? 17-game schedule.
Especially when you have a Teddy Bridgewater. If we're ranking backup quarterbacks, he would have probably been the first one on your list this season.
After Jimmy Garoppolo, yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, Teddy, you feel pretty good in Miami.
He would have been number 2, right?
Yep.
I mean, you got Jim Garoppolo and Teddy Bridgewater.
Now you're taking Cooper Rush. But it's been Teddy.
Uncle Time. Never lost. Never lost. Undefeated. All right, keep them coming at 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. There's some news on Draymond Green this morning after you saw him absolutely. You know what? We talked about Bobby Wagner decking a dude. Bobby Wagner didn't deck a dude. Bobby Wagner shouldered a guy. Devontae Adams pushed a guy down. Draymond didn't just deck a dude. He decked his teammate in practice in a controlled setting with a right cross after he initiated it. So what's going on with that? Well, I'll get you an update. You heard about NuMale for a while, about how thousands of men benefit from NuMale's industry-leading testosterone replacement and how those men feel better. You've been hearing about NuMale because NuMale works. The results are real. Men all over the country benefit from this. They take care of things like fatigue and depression and weight gain, even erectile dysfunction. Do you know that NuMale specializes in hair replacement as well for men and women? Guys, ladies, the number is 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688, or you can go online at NuMale, NuMale.com. Pick the best option for you. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. Using your own platelets to stimulate stem cells, deepen your hair follicle, and stop hair loss. It regrows hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser. It's proven to regrow hair. And a NeoGraft hair transplant, which produces natural-looking results in less than a week, and there is no linear scarring. The treatments work for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair and no side effects. Right here in Albuquerque. Here's the number. NuMale, 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688, or online at NuMale.com.
Haters gonna hate, but the Raider Nation never cared if anyone liked them anyway.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
What did Bobby Wagner do right or wrong when he shouldered it to the ground? Is that a fair assessment of it? Shouldered to the ground, the protester on a Monday night game? The pink smoke guy? Devontae Adams pushing a credentialed worker to the ground. Everything's got video, man. And remember I told you when the Draymond thing came out, wait till we see the video and we're going to feel differently. Did you feel differently when you heard that Draymond Green had punched Jordan Poole in practice, his teammate? Did you feel differently when you heard about it and then when you saw it?
Yes.
100%, right?
Because everyone's heard of practice fights and scuffles and punch.
We've all been in them.
What kind of punch did you get off? Did you really connect? And then you see what Draymond Green did, and you're like, oh, that wasn't a just, hey, hold me back, got a couple swings off. That was, you turned out the dude's lights.
Yeah. Yeah. Dropped him like a sack of potatoes and then jumped on top of him. Yeah.
Doubled down on it.
All right, so Draymond's going to rejoin the team on Thursday, according to Steve Kerr. He's been gone since that altercation last Wednesday. He has been fined. He will not be suspended. I don't know how much of a fine he got. They may handle that internally. I don't believe the league can do anything because, as we saw with the NFL thing with Aaron Donald, that if it's a practice in a scrimmage even, that it's up to the team to discipline and not the league. Quote from Steve Kerr, the head basketball coach of the Golden State Warriors. This is the biggest crisis that we've had since I've been the coach here. It's really serious stuff. We're not perfect, but we're going to learn on the experience or lean on the experience that we have together and trust that this is the best decision for our team. We have a lot of work to do, all of us. End quote. Kerr said that he does expect Draymond to play in their final preseason game Friday. Opening night is next Wednesday, Tuesday. 20. So he's expected to play in that. So that's pretty big words from Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr's been there, a decade plus. They've won 4 championships. This is the biggest crisis they've had. They've gone through losing. They've gone through injuries. They've gone through traumatic injuries. I mean, Klay Thompson, 2 major injuries. They've gone through losing Kevin Durant. The biggest crisis. So I don't know how he handled it. I know what I know of Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr seems like an insanely inclusive coach, right? I'm going to guess he gathered his 2 guys, Steph and Klay, together on this. Probably got Draymond in a room. How do you want to deal with this? I don't know what the right way to deal with this is. I'm going to guess I probably would have suspended him for a game, so it cost him a game check. Now, I don't know what the fine was. If the fine was, I have no idea. Draymond makes, what, $32 million a year or something like that? Along those lines, I could find that. It's not that hard. But, I mean, what do you think was the right discipline on this?
Fine. Little time away, potentially even suspending him for the first game of the season, as you mentioned, for a game check. Because this has been a lot of back and forth between back in the day and now. And a lot of guys like, we used to always go out and practice.
There was no video.
Well, okay, but were you sucker punching your teammates? It's one thing to get in a fight and have 2 guys going at it. I just can't get on board with it's okay to sucker punch a teammate. Because Jordan Poole did a shove. But the whole, once you shove somebody, you need to be expecting to throw hands. Poole was just like, all right, back up. And then he thought that was going to be more jawing. And he got knocked out. And then Draymond didn't stop there. He's like, and I'm going to continue this as you go to the floor. I'm going to be on top of you. To me, that's different than the whole, back in my day, we used to fight all the time. Okay, were you sucker punching your teammates? Does that make you a good teammate? Is that great now because all y'all are rosy after sucker and punching everybody? And there's some work to do. Because I think even if you're Steph and Klay, you're like, man, Dre, we let you get away with so much because you do bring an energy, fire. But what are you doing, man? Right. Like, this is one where, Draymond Green, man, And I don't even know if he feels bad about it. I doubt it. And that's the problem. And especially his apology. He's like, no, I apologize for embarrassing you and your family. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right,
Jeez, dude.
I got a couple things in there, what you said. Let me give you Draymond's salary, $25.8 million this year. This whole Poole shoved him. I'm not going to pretend I got in a million fights in my life. We've all been in 1 and 2. I've been in some shoving matches. This whole he put his hands on the man, he needs to expect to get hit.
Basketball practice, not a bar.
Hold on. You're right. If a dude walks into you and chest bumps you, you're standing still and he walks into your space. Can you please explain the difference to me between putting your hands on me and chesting me? Isn't it the same thing? Because I interpret that as the same thing. A dude, I'm standing there, he's jawing, and he walks into me, not just gets in my face, but walks into me, chests me. Tell me the difference between me shoving him back and him chesting me. Who made first contact? I know we're playing semantics, and this is a he did it thing. Tell me where I'm missing that somehow Jordan Poole was the aggressor here. How do you interpret a guy walking into you and chest bumping you? Is that not the same as pushing you off me? What's a guy supposed to do? You walked into him, chested him, walked straight through him. Should that man have not pushed him off? So the whole Jordan Poole put his hands on that man. You can't put your hands on a man, but you can put your chest through him? I mean, I don't know. Tougher guys, again, I'm not, want to fight guy. I'm not. I've been in a few. It's been a minute. Right?
And I think Poole was expecting something different.
A push.
In practice. Yeah. Arguing, yelling back and forth.
Maybe push back.
Maybe a little, hold me back type of stuff.
Yeah.
To sit there and thinking that in basketball practice, you should be expecting your teammate to throw a right hook is ridiculous.
Let me ask you this. So I got a guy in a pink smoke bomb who got shouldered to the ground whilst trespassing, pressing charges. I got a credentialed guy carrying a tripod who got shoved to the ground, pressing charges.
What
if Jordan Poole pressed charges? I mean, I know it's a bad look, and I'm sure Steph and Clay are going, dude, let's not escalate this. But what if he said, you know what, man, that man flat out assaulted me.
Yeah.
And I got the videotape to prove it, and y'all got it. I mean, I don't know. Is that not assault? We had all these conversations about Bobby Wagner.
This is the whole. Now Jordan Poole has to be the good teammate for getting knocked out. Like he has to be the one that has to step up and overcome it and be like, oh, I'm back, guys, just because Draymond Green's the veteran.
I watched hockey fights back in the day, and one guy would beat the crap out of the other. I used to joke all the time. That guy got 5 minutes for fighting, and this guy got 5 minutes for receiving, right? I mean, you get your ass beat, and you get the same, and that's hockey, right? This seems a little like he's getting penalized for receiving, for getting his butt kicked. Now, am I advocating Jordan Poole go and press charges against Draymond Green? I'm not. But in this world in which we currently exist, where we spent how much time today talking about two guys who got shoved, shouldered to the ground when they shouldn't have been somewhere, as opposed to a guy who was at work who flat out got knocked out by a coworker on video. Is it? I mean,
if you're Jordan Poole, it's incredibly awkward for you.
Hell yes.
In that locker room
Every
because
day.
the core of that team
every day
is Steph, Clay, and Draymond Green. And even a veteran that's been there, done it, Andre Iguodala, you know what side he's going to be on, and it's not yours. And so just overcoming that, and then just trying to be like, oh, it's okay, it's just sports.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
That's a whole there's people listening that have been in practice fights, that have gotten into it with teammates.
We all have.
And you've seen it before. That's totally different than the scuffle you see where two guys are ready. That was, all right, we're jawing each other. All right, back up, man.
Let me ask you this.
Boom, sucker punch. Whoa, okay.
You're Steph and Clay. How you siding with Draymond on that? Just because he's your guy, you've been with him for so long, and you've won championships with him? I mean, how you siding with him on that?
I guess what are you doing in that case if you're Steph? How do you hold Dre accountable? Because his role is the vocal leader of that team.
All right, so...
And then you can't take that away from him, and then because that essentially changes who he is. But how do you hold him accountable for knocking out a teammate?
So let me ask. We've been in situations, and this isn't horribly uncommon if I put it in these terms. Your best buddy, your brother, and it could even be your blood brother, does something, knocks somebody out, does something just so stupid, and it's detrimental to the cause. But yet you still kind of have his back. Is that kind of what this is? Right?
Yeah.
You're not covering a crime necessarily. But I mean, I look at this and I'm like, Steph, Clay, how you backing your guy Dre on this? Now, I don't know what was said, and maybe Jordan Poole talked, but I'm going to guess Who do you think started the trash talk? Who are you going to guess started the trash talk? Maybe the guy who threw the punch?
Could have been. And then there's all kinds of stuff coming out about Poole and
Who's
his
been
contract.
cocky.
And
Yeah.
no, is it an attitude thing with Draymond Green trying to check him? Okay. There's ways to do that.
By
that
knocking
don't
into tomorrow?
end up sucker punching your teammate, but there's still a lot of people that are like, hey, that's what you do to the youngins.
Yeah. All right, you beat the crap out of them. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. I'd love your thoughts, man. We talked about all this. To me, they're all three different. Draymond, Devontae Adams, Bobby Wagner. It's crazy. The one guy who probably has the best case is the one guy who's probably not going to press charges, right?
Of course.
I mean, I think that's right. All right, we had storms last week. Your vehicles, you were out at Balloon Fiesta dragging mud into your car, and look, your vehicle looks like crap. I got it. So does mine. I'm calling On the Spot Automotive Detailing, and I think you should too. They'll take care of it for you. They will detail your vehicle. Come in to your place, wherever it is you are, work, home, and they'll detail it. Clean it, vacuum it, scrub it, wax it, wash it around the rims, under the hood, behind the seats, all of that stuff. Places you didn't even know exist. They do it at your place, whenever and wherever it is convenient for you. And when they are done, it'll be the cleanest your vehicle's ever been. It'll be like the day you took it off the lot. That's what On the Spot Automotive Detailing does. You're keeping your cars longer. Cars are expensive. Parts are expensive. Take care of your investment. You're probably going to have that thing a lot longer than you thought you would. It's a great gift with the holidays coming up. They also offer ceramic coating. They apply that by hand. Best way to protect your paint for years to come. Paint correction, sap removal, and a 10% discount for our military. Scheduled today On the Spot Automotive Detailing, 505-859-2859. 505-859-2859 or online at otsdetailing.com.
The Jim Rome Show.
The Carson Wentz revenge game.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with with green stuff. One scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough. Back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at
246-0610. Terry wants to know if Pink Powder Guy had been wearing a Brady jersey, would the ref have thrown a flag out of habit when Wagner took him down? It's funny. Says kind of makes. Oh, wait. Never mind. Let me go to the other ones. All right, 505-246-0610. Somebody says, what do you expect from a guy who kicks other centers in the junk? All right. I mean, look, Draymond's got a history here. Bruin James, what's up? How you living?
What's up?
How you living?
Hey, man, life is good in SoCal, baby. Life is good.
Especially when your team's
the Bruins
undefeated.
are 6-0.
Yep.
Huh? Hold on. The Bruins are 6-0. You got that team over downtown on Figueroa. They're doing good. You got the Dodgers down at the Ravine. They're doing good. I mean, and you got the Warriors fighting amongst themselves. Hey, life is good, man.
Yeah, you got a lot. I mean, you got a nice football team. Like you got a nice UCLA has proven that that's no fluke, and the win last week over Utah was a big deal. The Kings lost last night to Vegas, but that wasn't good. But other than that, it's pretty good. Yep. All right. You're good.
Hey. Oh, hey, man. I'm on my way to work, bro.
Enjoy
you
it.
guys have a good day.
Later.
It was good living down there in Albuquerque when I was there, but you always got to go back home. So,
yeah, thanks for checking in.
Talking to you guys is better than talking to 710 ESPN. You know what I mean? Because man, there's about 1 billion people calling, and I can call you guys and I can get on and. At least I get my opinion on, and thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for checking in.
You guys are good.
Be good. See you, James.
All
right, he's in SoCal. Appreciate the guys who leave and come back. Like we got Derek.
too.
Derek
Yes.
listens in Vegas all the time.
Checking in.
Bruin James is in L.A. We got Texas and people in Minnesota. We got A. Marie's people all over the place. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Fred, you want to talk about some high school stuff? What's up?
Sorry, I was working out, so I didn't call you when you were talking about high school football. I just wanted to tell you, Chavez broke his ankle. You guys were saying
It is
about
broken?
he hurt his ankle,
I didn't know.
Sebastian, that, but he actually broke it though.
So he's done.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah. And then I wanted to bring up. I know you guys were. I don't know if it was you or Sebastian talking about. I think he said he was talking to Trujillo from Cleveland, and he was talking about all the great quarterbacks in the city and stuff. And God, there really is, though. I mean, with the Volcano Vista and the Los Lunas quarterback and the Trisco Heritage quarterback, and of course Cleveland and Ciebla, and I mean, there's so many quarterbacks. And I just wanted to bring one quarterback that no one's talked about, and they had Rio Rancho. I don't know if you knew this, but Rio Rancho lost their starting quarterback, who was a junior. And his name was Noah Nelson, and he was pretty good, and he sprained his ankle real bad. And this is what happens. I'm just wondering if he's going to be able to get back in again, because what they did is they brought a sophomore quarterback. His name is J.J. Ariano, and he's played either 2 or 3 games, I can't remember, but he's getting better and better. And last weekend he played against the Trisco Heritage. And I'm just, like I said, I don't know if that Noah is going to get his job back or not. This guy throws for 6 touchdowns and runs for 137 yards. His name is J.J. Ariano. So just kind of watch out. I'd like to see who's going to be starting this next game, because I heard that Noah Nelson's ready to come back now.
Ooh, Dak or Uncle Time? You go with Dak or you go with Cooper Rush? Yeah. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah. All right.
But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up about Chavez and about this quarterback that no one's heard about. So he's only a sophomore too. So anyway, talk to you guys later.
Later. All right. Well, that's a bummer on the Aiden Chavez thing, and I trust Fred on that. Fred usually knows what he's talking about. So the Ciebla quarterback, who, wow, what a run for him, right? He transfers to Florida, goes through all the offseason stuff, comes back right before the season starts, misses the first game, comes back and is the quarterback at Cibola and one of the best in the state. Yeah. And then he loses the rest of the season because he broke his ankle. That's a bummer. I hope the offers come in for him too, because I know that they've been there. But that's another really, really good talent from Albuquerque, Cibola High School. And that breaks my heart to hear that. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. So the Draymond stuff, I mean, it's going to be handled internally. And a week from now when the season starts, you're not even going to think about it, right? Draymond and Poole are going to do something, and they'll hug on the court and do something. Because then they got to play together. If you're Jordan Poole, how do you get through that?
You get through it by the whole, man up. It's a team game. Show up, do your job. But there's just got to be moments too where it's going to take some time for Jordan Poole to be like, all right, this dude's going to yell at me a lot because it's what he does. And I don't want to hear that for a while.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any of that mess, man. In fact, I want to knock him out. But, Marie, you were just playing, was it Draymond's podcast you were playing?
It was Sirius Radio, XNM. It was just like a 10-second clip. I was trying to find it. But
it was basically Draymond saying, I'm not going to be the one who breaks up the Beatles.
Yeah.
Okay, can I tell you this? And I firmly believe this. And I think Draymond Green is a huge part of their 4 championships. Okay? I'm not by any means belittling his role in winning 4 championships. He played a major role in that. If he leaves today and they get something back in return for Draymond, the Warriors are still my favorite in the West.
Draymond is posturing himself for his final meaningful contract in the NBA. Draymond Green is very valuable to the Golden State Warriors. But Draymond Green needs to understand he's not getting a Steph or Clay contract. They can't do that if they want to squeeze every ounce.
Keep the Beatles together.
Out of this roster for the remaining prime years of Steph and Clay.
Now, Dre seems like a guy the Lakers would if he was on the market. Oh, yeah, let's get Draymond, right? An older guy, a LeBron guy at the end. Let's give it another shot. And he'll want to get after the Warriors. And it won't work. I think the biggest part of your sentence, what you just said, is Draymond Green is very valuable to the Warriors. I don't know how valuable I think he is on even the Celtics or the Heat. Now, he fits, and he'd be a really good piece, and he defends like few other, right? He is as good a defender as there's been in this league in the last decade. He brings an energy. He can rebound. He is offensively, he is a liability.
Yeah, that's why it's a short list of teams
of where he could fit.
He would go, and you're like, oh, this is going to be worth it to us. And I think the Celtics would work, actually.
Yeah, no, it
because
might work.
Of Tatum and Brown.
Yeah, Celtics, Miami.
I don't think Miami would work.
Really?
No, because that's Bam's role. And are you trading Bam out of Bayou for Draymond Green? You're not.
You're not.
So you have Bam. You're actually.
What about the Nets?
The Nets are a perfect fit for Draymond Green. Yes. They're an absolute perfect fit.
Yeah. And not that he's on the market, but maybe.
But if you're Brooklyn, and here's the whole thing about, players, can you play if you can't shoot? Ben Simmons can be Draymond Green. That is your role to make an impact for the Brooklyn Nets. You can defend 1 through 5. Draymond Green doesn't have to shoot the basketball to be impactful. They're not like, oh, he can't be on the floor in late game situations, because he is. That is who Ben Simmons has to be for that team.
So if Draymond becomes an issue, and Steve Kerr said it is the most challenging, what did he say? The most challenging, our biggest crisis. He called it our biggest crisis. Would you trade Draymond for Ben Simmons if you're Golden State?
I wouldn't even have to talk about anything else, but yes.
Would you do it if you're the Nets?
The one thing you're doing if you're the Nets is you don't know if Ben Simmons is going to accept that role. All right, Draymond Green comes in right away. Our expectations, you played in the NBA Finals.
So yes. I'm Ben Simmons, and I'm going into that. It's proven. I'm playing with these guys. I got a chance immediately to win a ring. Not that I don't in Brooklyn, right? I mean, Brooklyn, has a great chance to win a ring this year, but it's been done there. Would you explore that? I mean, after everything that just went down, to clean out your room? I mean, I guess I would talk with Clay and Steph.
Now, there's just straight up player wise, absolutely. Now, when it gets into the reality of it, money, contracts, all that stuff, is that something you could do? Because Ben Simmons can be a very valuable player in this league. Ben Simmons does not have to shoot a 3-point shot to be impactful in this league. It's just, does Ben Simmons have it in him to become that player? Because Ben Simmons can be Draymond Green.
So
they can be have the same exact impact. Yeah. Draymond Green won championships without shooting. Now he hit shots earlier in his career. So there's
Ben
that
Simmons
aspect
makes
of it.
about $10 million
But Ben Simmons
more.
can also do things Draymond Green can't. Draymond Green's a good passer. Draymond Green's not attacking the basket. Draymond Green's not breaking down a defense by himself. There is immense value in Ben Simmons if he buys into that.
So you would make that call. Ben Simmons makes $35.4 million a year. Draymond makes $25.8. So you got about a $10 million difference, $9.6 million difference. So you'd have to add something to it if you're Golden State on the cap side. You would make that call?
Yes.
I'm not breaking up the Beatles. Now, if they want to do something, I mean, it would be drastic. But and again, I'm not telling you what, because I don't know what it's like in that locker room in that building. But if it becomes an issue, I think Steve Kerr in that front office will take care of that. 505-246-0610. We'll wrap it up with you when we come back on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animals.
This former science with the CBS Sports Minute. Injuries, the saying goes, are part
We
of the
would
game.
like to thank the
There are
following
inevitable hard
sponsors
hits,
for
bad
making
falls,
this
or even those
broadcast
dreaded
possible.
non-contact injuries. Then there's the Phillies.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of
Sports Animal. All right, big news is this morning as we go through this, your biggest stuff. Dak Prescott's going to try to practice today. You can go out and see if he can hold the football. Uncle Time will take, I think, the 1 reps, but we'll see. And you'll get a report later today on the progression on where, in fact, Uncle Time is and Dak Prescott is as the Cowboys take on the Eagles this week, the undefeated Eagles. Big game this week. Tua Tagovailoa back at practice with the Miami Football Dolphins today after, about 2 weeks. All right, so Tua now is ruled out. This just came out, just a few minutes ago. All right, so Tua will take small steps, but he has been ruled out. So your starter this week, JJ, will be Skylar Thompson. How you feeling about the Vikings defense? I need a defense this week.
Feeling good.
Should I take the Vikings? How is the Vikings defense, Amory?
It's all right.
Against Skylar Thompson.
It's all right.
Should be okay.
They're winning games.
I mean, that or the Chargers. And I don't like my Chargers defense. So I should go there?
Yes, against Skylar Thompson, yeah.
Skylar Thompson. I don't know, man. Mike McDaniels might have a great game plan, and they may be terrific. All right. So that's your headlines this morning. So Tua out for the week, although he will be back at practice. Baseball yesterday, all these teams took 1-0 leads in their best-of-5 divisional series. Astros beat the Mariners, Dodgers beat the Padres, Yankees beat the Guardians, and the Phillies beat the Braves. You get 2 games today in Major League Baseball. Phillies and Atlanta in Georgia. That game's at 2:36 if you want it. And then the Dodgers and Padres go at 6:37. Who do I watch tonight? Do I watch Dodgers, Padres, or do I watch Ronchetti and the Governor Luan Grisham?
You watch playoff baseball.
Who hates who more? Ronchetti and the Governor, or the Dodgers and the Padres?
The Dodgers and the Padres.
You think so? What's going to be more entertaining?
The Dodgers and Padres.
But Bob Clark's going to be a mediator.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, how do I not catch a little Bob Clark in a suit? I think he's got that one suit he dusts off for every one of these. And
if we're supporting someone in the building,
I got to support my guy Babalu.
I don't understand the baseball schedule today.
It makes
Why do you
no
play
sense.
4 games yesterday, 2 today?
Why not start one series today? And I think they're really trying to stay away from Sundays and stay away from the NFL.
No, why don't you just play 4 more games today?
Look, man. Because then they'd all have the same bye day, and you'd have nothing on Friday. Or on Thursday. What day is today? Yeah, if you played all day.
Then you'd have them. Thursday would be a travel day, then you'd play Friday.
Yeah, they don't want to miss the day. And so the teams that have a bye today have to travel on game day or travel the night before. I guess they'll play day games. Look,
That's bad scheduling.
It's all TV, man. And then plus we're the TV windows. I agree with you. It's bad scheduling. I don't know. I mean, did the Louisiana Marshall game come into play here today on ESPN2? They didn't have a window for it? What day is today? Is today Wednesday?
None of the games were on ESPN.
No, it was TBS.
It's all TBS and Fox, right?
Yeah, that's how we watched last night.
Yeah. FS1, Fox
and
over
FS1,
there,
we watched the
TBS.
Yankees. Yeah. We watched all 3.
Dodgers were on FS1 too.
Mm-hmm.
How about the?
And you got to. I don't know. It's just with baseball sometimes.
What?
Well, you have a 2:35 start.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like you back that one up a little bit. Let the West Coast start at 7:30, 6:30 their time. But whatever.
Well, but they wanted the Dodgers in somewhat. It's 8:30 on the East Coast.
They don't care about the Dodgers.
Well,
totally. This is the two coasts
what's
who think nothing else matters are going to fight against each other, and I'm here for it.
What's crazy is you have nothing at 7 o'clock on the East Coast.
It's so funny. Sorry.
Prime time on the East Coast is 8:30. I mean, that's what I know. How you watch sports on the East Coast?
I don't miss that. I don't miss that.
Do we agree the Mountain Time Zone is the best time zone for sports viewing?
Yes.
Like by far. I lived on the Pacific Coast. I lived on the East Coast.
No. Mountain Time.
Right?
Everyone's like,
don't mind
Pacific
Central,
Coast.
but Mountain Time is the best.
Because you can still, on a Sunday, get a little stuff done in the morning.
Yeah.
Totally.
And then you're not up all night. The game ends by about 9:15.
Mountain Time Zone.
Yeah. No, we got this thing figured out.
And fun fact, the last time the Vikings faced a rookie quarterback who was drafted in the 7th round, Ryan Fitzpatrick in 2005.
How'd they do?
The Vikings beat the Rams 27-13.
Ryan Fitzpatrick was the Rams quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, people love those fun facts.
I really forgot that. Ryan Fitzpatrick was the Rams quarterback?
Name a team
In
Ryan
2005.
Fitzpatrick
hasn't
did
played
not
for.
play for.
Lobos.
Hey, Cooper Rush could be the new Fitzpatrick, man.
Well, I don't know, man. Look, if I'm Cooper Rush, if I'm going to go be a backup somewhere, I'm staying right where I am. They love me.
Same.
They're going to pay me.
Same.
Like, why would I go be a backup in Detroit?
You're loved. Dak gets hurt often now.
Right?
Perfect.
I get my run.
Perfect.
I've made myself a little bit of a legend. Yeah. No, if I'm going to go be a backup somewhere, why would I leave where I am? If I'm that guy.
Yep.
No, that makes no sense. So you're telling me take the Vikings defense. What has the Vikings defense done all year?
They won the Chicago game.
You know,
Cam Dantzler.
Dan Kanzler. All right, thanks to Sebastian Noel. He's the voice of the people and was with us today. He from ProView Networks. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd follows that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4. And I believe the intent is for all of us to come back and do more award-winning radio tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m.
Absolutely.
You in for that?
Heck yeah.
Are we all working 5-day weeks this week?
Yes.
When was the last time we all were here 5 days in a row?
It's been a while.
You're
Preview.
JJ's looking around like, where the hell have I been?
Where y'all been?
Preview Commanders Bears, baby.
Yeah, we get that. We'll get the baseball. And tomorrow, Jamal Mashburn will be with us, the Lobo guard, 9 o'clock tomorrow. We get Jerry Palm at 8:30, Jamal Mashburn. All right, great job, everybody. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll see you tomorrow.
Dear sports fans, at Toyota, it's always been our goal to be champions. You're the
IPS. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Whaley along with Cheshire, and Chris Moore gets a point back for the Huskies, 11-7.
Left, boom, Barella.
Quick turn right into the yak there for Justice. Absolutely. Haskett Bell looking, throws off the back leg.
Oh, what a...
I'd send some pressure in. There he comes. You make him get rid of the ball quick.
They got 5 there, and it's a sack. This one's going to be on Brody Whitaker as they didn't have it.
To Meyer. She pushes it over, but waiting for it was Sofia Valdez, who just slapped it down, and it's an advantage for...
Hasn't found that yet. But they do have a 2nd down and 7. Sapien flies up after that ball. He goes through the middle. What a snag and a touchdown.
What a catch. It's a beautiful catch. One-handed, jumped up in the air. I'm not even sure if that was meant for him, but...
Big hole. Perry's got one man to beat, and he beat him. Now he's racing towards the sideline, and he is in. Touchdown, Josh Perry.
Next Tuesday away at Del Norte. Chargers got the Volcano Vista Hawks on Thursday. It's an ace by Maya Perea, and the Sartans take the 5th set 15-5.
Lysong rolling. Finds Trujillo. Trujillo made one miss, made two miss. He's going dancing. He's going hurdling. He's going inside.